Hey everyone, Anthony, Bangin Beers Podcast. We're back. I don't know what episode we are. I forget.
65.
Thank you, man. 65.
Yeah, last week was 64. This is 65.
This is our guest is back 2 weeks in a row.
Hey guys, what's up?
You couldn't get him out of the seat.
Yeah, he didn't show up super early this time.
I didn't. I didn't.
He brought all of the Beer Shack beers. So tonight is all featured beers over at the Beer Shack right now. So we're gonna have some fun here.
There's a Birch beer in here, and I'm fucking psyched.
We got all Pennsylvania breweries. So we got some New Trail, 2 New Trails I don't think I've had yet. We have a Chatty Monks,
which is located
out
in
of
West
Reading.
which
Yeah.
I don't think I've had any Chatty Monks yet.
Only had a few.
We have some brand new. I've never had any of this. The Logyard, which is kind of popping up in our area. It's showing up at the Beer Shack. It's showing up at the courthouse. It's showing up at the keg stand.
It's one of those that we just got in the past 2 weeks.
So they are starting to break into the School County distribution market. So really excited for them. So we can kind of review it and maybe let you guys know if this is something you should grab or not. Maybe this can be the new hit of the area. Then we have some Trogs. We always love our Trogs. Then we have Rusty Rail, and then our non-PA brewing company, the non-PA brew is Space Race, and that's from Shirley.
Shirley, yeah.
Shirley.
Shirley, I think.
Don't call me Shirley. Yeah, so we'll get into these. We'll review them. We'll see how they are. And like I said, you can get all these and much more at the Beer Shack. That's considered Haven, right?
Yeah, Schuylkill Haven.
Schuylkill Haven,
yeah. But 762 Route 183.
Yeah, right
South.
next. You can pull into the parking lot. You can get some sex toys down the street. You can get some groceries at Aldi, and then you can go get some beer.
Wrong part of Haven. That's 61.
That's not the same place.
You goof.
No.
Yeah, that's like the police barracks.
No. Yeah.
What place is that then? What beer place is that?
What?
I know what you're talking
that's
about.
Marcus Good. That's the candle. It's the candle and beer.
Yeah, it used to be a
distributor.
candle shop, or it still is a candle shop.
It is still a candle
In front of
shop.
the
So
Days Inn
what place are they called?
Marcus Good.
Oh, I thought that was the Beer
No,
Shack.
no. The Beer Shack is over on 183. So
then on your way to Haven, you can buy sex toys and stuff, and then skip all that.
And then skip
No,
all that.
183 is a totally different route, man.
no.
That's like if you're going like through Cressoni, you're going like.
Dude, I just
straight
drive.
up the
If
red
I don't have a
line.
GPS, I can get anywhere.
have you ever been to Lake Winona?
Yes.
So to the front gate of Lake
yeah.
Winona.
Down the bottom of the hill.
Right before the front gate on the right hand side.
Gotcha.
There's that
Right out
blue,
the gate.
two
Gotcha.
blue warehouses there. That's us.
Yeah.
But
I have a story,
there's
but
a
it's
cool
probably
little
not.
Amish shop next to us that has great food, great furniture they make. A couple.
I was at a
thrift
party.
stores there.
I was at a party in high school at Lake Winona.
G-Doc?
And possibly that was that place was our spot. We had someone. Never mind. That's all against the law. Anyway, you're part of School County. Yeah. So my bad. I thought that was. I heard School Haven. I thought a different place. Thank you guys. I'm
Thinking
sorry.
You're welcome.
61.
I'm an idiot.
Oh wow.
I do like the logo though. The little palm tree guy.
Yeah, he's been there since the palm tree logo has been the same one since.
And they move him.
Jen
Like
opened.
he moves around. They dress him up. It's cool.
Is he a
So
wacky waving inflatable arm tube man?
he can be.
We don't have one yet.
You should make him a wacky waving inflatable arm tube man.
Just
Maybe.
because Ben said don't do it.
I keep thinking that we should get a mascot and have on our big days, like have somebody out in front in a mascot costume.
Fuck, that's gotta be in the wintertime. I'd do it. I wouldn't do it in the summer.
Especially this past weekend. Whew, it was toasty there.
Have a few Bahama Mamas in that bad boy.
When the warm weather kicks back in the area, it's like, man, I miss the warm weather. Then it comes, I'm like, I don't know if I like this that much.
And this year it hits like a freight train too.
Yeah. So what you want to start from Rusty Rail, or you want to start with New Trail?
It's your podcast, up to you.
No, you're the guest. Yeah, I mean,
Let's get the New Trail out of the way. We you know what I mean? That New Trail always has a place in our home. I think for like 5 weeks straight we did.
and you and Jason are gonna gush about how good they are
Look,
too.
they're not IPAs.
One of them is.
One of them is, yeah.
Gearhead is.
Oh, is that,
But
is that the coffee
Gearhead-
the
no.
coffee
No,
IPA?
that's the hoppy American ale.
Gearhead is unlike any other neutral
All right, I'm
IPA.
going.
Maybe I didn't have that.
And I had a heliocentric, but I've never had this flavor. I'm trying to get the peach. If you guys get that peach heliocentric, please
I know.
tell me.
I keep looking every Wednesday when our new trail stuff comes in. I keep looking for it.
And gummy bears too, but that seems like it's getting close to its end of its cycle.
Let me get a picture here.
Go ahead.
And that's
All right.
Gearhead by
This
Neutral,
is this
yeah.
is Gearhead. Yep.
This is a wheat beer, American Pale Wheat from New Trail, clocking at 5.1% alcohol by volume.
Wow.
Gearhead is a hoppy American ale brewed with oats and Pennsylvania honey, heavily hopped with a plethora of American hops. Highly drinkable and super sessionable. This one is for those of us that love to have a few.
New Trail is diving into the wheat beer game. Here we go.
I'm gonna take a little
I don't know how you haven't had this one yet.
They
'Cause
just
this one's
came out with a lager like this
Did
week.
they?
Yeah.
If
I
we-
didn't get it. I seen
neither
it
did
though.
I.
If we can get the lager, I definitely want to try it because I like me some lagers. This one is averaged at a 3.80, which might be one of the lowest scored New Trails. So New Trail's in a weird spot right now. Because, Breweries of Pennsylvania, I'm big fans of their content. They do have their Breweries of Pennsylvania group page where people go and they make posts. New Trail is getting to the point where I think they've gotten so popular and now people are starting to turn on them. Like, they're starting to get in that weird beer fandom where they're like, they're overrated and people are hating on them just because it's a cool thing to do. Which I don't like. I'm not a fan of that. Just, you know what I mean? Like, if they make good beer, just enjoy the beer. Like, I don't understand. Like, if someone gets popular, you have to shit on it. But,
I
so
never
this,
really understood that in general. Really.
here, I just got off doing an interview, right? And I said, for how crazily supportive the beer world, like the people who make the beers, are with one another, you would think it would translate more to the people who drink it. And it doesn't. Like, people are kind of just dirtballs about it. But the people who make the beer are all really supportive of one another, for the most part, So this one, is a 5.1. I have a couple friends check this in already. It's just under 4 with my friends' check-ins, and the average check-in is a 3.80. So once again, New Trail Brewing Company's out of Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And this is my first New Trail wheat beer. Here we go. Brandon, you already took a sip. You talk a little bit here.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
It is unlike all the other New Trails that
It
are
is.
out.
It is real quick. It is a hoppy wheat beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not an IPA.
No,
And neither is that.
so it has a hoppiness to it, but it is definitely a wheat. It finishes like a wheat.
I don't know how I really feel about the hoppy.
Finishes
hoppy
like a
wheat.
weak beer.
Yeah.
A weak. It does. It's slower. It's in the 5s, which is. Jason's like, listen, do you even lift, bro?
him and his cut off muscle shirt
Yeah.
sitting here down.
He if it's under 8, it's not for Jason, yeah. So not in your wheelhouse of style of beers.
I mean,
While Ben's moaning over and thinking in his brain, what do you think?
I think it's it's New Trail. It's they make good beer. It's not an IPA, which it's funny because like I bag on them like, oh my god, New Trail made a beer. It's not an IPA.
And
It's
then they
not
do
a
it.
hazy IPA, and then they do it, and I drink it, and I'm like, I'd rather have one of their IPAs.
to your IPA.
Yeah, so like I'm a hypocrite, but
Yeah.
for me, I mean it's good, but it's a 3 for me.
A 3?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think?
Nick.
You still mulling it over?
See, I've had this one before. I've had majority of these before. With having them at the Shak. For me, this one it drinks more like an older school ale, an old school like with that wheat finish to it.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's a 3.5. It's one of those that it's always a go-to. It's a good change of pace for me from the hazy New Englands that are sitting at 8.5 and 8.6%. This is one that you can sit up back by the pool, knock a few back, and stand up and not be wobbling back into the house.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So yeah, for me, this is a 3.5. It's a solid one.
Yeah. So it's hoppy, smooth, dry mango. Purchase location. Make sure we put Beer Shack.
It's like for me, if I was gonna be drinking something like this, I'd just be drinking PBR. Because like, I mean, it kind of reminds me of like just a regular sort of beer.
Yeah,
with a
100%.
little more hoppiness to it, but yeah, it's just like there's nothing that like,
It would definitely come.
"Wow."
It would definitely come down to the price point. Like if it's a 5% beer, and you can get a case of PBR for the same, you can get a 4-pack. I mean,
You
it
can definitely get PBR cheaper, I'm sure.
yeah. So it definitely that is something to consider when buying this beer. I'm gonna be honest, man. If for me a 4-pack of this, you get that. I like that craft taste. You know what I mean? Like you could tell this is a craft beer.
It is hoppy, yeah.
And this is a good, like, if I'm going to a barbecue for someone's barbecue or someone's outdoor event, or I'm going to sit around a pool, or I'm going to, this is a nice, have a 4-pack, put it in your cooler, have a couple summer sit out and like cut the grass beer. Like I
Yeah.
really enjoy this. Now, is it a 4?
I don't know.
No, I don't think it's a knockout of the park. It's not. It's definitely not like a pocket knife or a broken heel. But I definitely enjoy this. I think I'm sitting on a 3.75 with this.
So this is fair.
Yeah.
I think I would be the minority on this. I'm going to give it a 3.
Yeah.
I'm not really digging the hoppy
Okay.
pale wheat because
Sometimes when it's too much weedy, I'm not a fan of it.
it's not that. I just think it's just the hoppiness when it comes to it. And like when I think of a wheat, like I expect it to be like that little bit of that like a new like
Well, to be fair,
Like a
it says
Blue Moon
on
or
the
whatever.
can.
no, fair
hoppy
enough.
wheat.
No, I
Yeah.
get that. Yeah, but it's just not my bag.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
like when they do hoppy lagers.
It's so funny when you
Yeah.
talk about wheat because I remember like my friend Mario, he canned for Upstate Brewing Company, and they did a wheat pale ale. And he said, like, when they can it, it would always get clogged. There's so much wheat in the beer. Like, it was, like, floating around
Oh,
in
wow.
the beer when you drank. It was really good.
Wow.
Man.
Well, doesn't the Rotunda does the wheat like sweet tarts where it's like a sour wheat, right?
I don't know. There's
I think
sweet
that-
tart beers I stay away from because they're always heavy with lactose, and that's not my bag, you know?
Yeah.
I think they do that just because of like they wanted to keep like the sweet tart aspect of it, but they want it to sound different. I think that's the
Oh,
reason.
so it's not really like a wheat style.
Not that I know of.
Interesting.
Well, they got a cease and desist from
Oh,
the
yeah,
Sweet
that's
Tarts
what
Company,
happened.
and they
And
actually
that's why they-
showed it. Oh yeah, that's why.
That's why they had
They
the
spell
name
exactly
as
sweet tart,
Sweet
yeah.
yeah.
All right, so that's my check-in. Good job, New Trail. Getting out of the box a little bit there. I dig it. And kind of getting out of the box. We have another New Trail. Oops, someone's vibrating. This is one of their heliocentric lines. This is an ale. This is not the peach one, man. So if anyone in the School County area has found the peach or they have the peach, I do have some beer sitting in the fridge. I will happily trade you, or we'll figure something out.
I could probably get it.
I want to try. I mean, listen, if there's a peach beer, I have to try it. Like,
Yeah,
that's my thing.
I really want to try it. I'm a big peach fan.
I'll check with the place in Bloom. They
Cool.
get all the news.
There is a collaboration coming very soon that's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be canned. I hope it's canned because the collaboration is with Evergreen, and Evergreen does have a canning line. So hopefully it'd be a way for this brewing company who doesn't can traditionally and they just bottle, that you can possibly get a couple cans of it or just a couple bottles depending on how they do it. But Mellow Mink, which was our first episode, is doing a collaboration with Evergreen, which I think Evergreen is starting to take the top of the mountain for me when it comes to their stuff. Like they're like just the way they taste. That they're good. They make good beer.
Their social distancing collab we had last week
Was fantastic.
That was fantastic.
I wish I bought more.
I really liked that whole episode overall.
Yeah, it was good.
It had a lot of different styles there. It didn't really stick to one specific
Yeah.
style. It just really worked out very well for everybody.
Yeah, no stouts this episode, just so you guys know. This is going to be all yellow beer for the most part. Oh, we do have a stout.
We
Never
do
mind.
have a stout.
Never mind. Sorry.
And we do have a tart.
Yeah.
Believe it. Me bringing a tart. Come on now.
Yeah. So
And we
gonna
had
get
all
mixers,
6 microphones then
Yeah,
too
you wanna get back?
Yeah.
at the ready. That was a stacked lineup too.
Yeah. So getting back to it, Mellow Mink and Evergreen are going to be making a peach sour. So Evergreen's involved, and Mellow Mink's involved with their sour game.
I'm quite curious as to what they're
I'm
gonna
there.
do.
I'm buying a bottle. Whatever I have to do to get it, I'm getting it.
Probably they'll do it in cans.
That's
I'll probably
what-
buy a case.
Can or bottle? Yeah, I would.
You'd probably buy a case of it.
Yeah.
Have one and you're like, fuck it, I'm buying all of it.
Yeah, that's very, very possible. So I'm very excited for that collaboration. So kudos to the dudes over at Mellow Mink, and hopefully we can do some stuff in the future with Evergreen. I would really like to do an episode with them. I got to finish my first one here.
So which heliocentric is this?
This is the heliocentric. This is the pineapple mango.
Pineapple mango. That should be a good combination.
So if you guys have listened to last week's episode, we all know that I am not a sour or tart fan. This is one that I can seriously get behind.
Well, there was a few last week too that you were like,
there were a
boy.
few last week that caught me off guard that I was very surprised by.
Mm-hmm.
But this is one of them that it's not over the top sour. You get a good tartness to the back of your tongue. It's nice and fruity to begin with. It has a good balance in the flavor profile. I like this one.
Interesting smell.
Yeah.
It smells like a Miller Lite. I don't smell any fruit.
You get a little
Yeah,
bit of the
bit,
fruit.
but-
It's very it's hidden though.
But yeah, it does smell like a Miller Lite does.
This is actually a collaboration with Discord Company
and
out of
foreign objects.
and
too.
Foreign Objects, which is a good wrestling reference there. Two friends check-ins at 4. Average check-ins is a 3.74. Once again, on the lower scale, Jason. This is only a 5.5. So this is this is the same scale as a seltzer. You know, it's not
a little over a seltzer.
Well, but the
5.5.
claws were 5 and 5.
5.5.
Yeah, they were 5.5s, I believe. Or
Yeah,
5.
White
thought we
Claws
were
are
just-
5. White
yeah.
Claws
Oh,
are
they're
5.
5.
flat,
E5
yeah.
in?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Then the half score over.
Yeah.
But all right, here we go. Pineapple mango, heliocentric, new trail. Does anyone drink it and they want to give the review?
I mean, I'll jump right in here again. I mean, for me, it's more refreshing than the last one. I mean, it's like really refreshing
It is.
to drink, you know. And like you could definitely pound this because for me it's refreshing, but I mean, it's still a 3 for me. I mean, it's not really my type of beer. I mean, even when you look at it, it's like so clear. I mean, it's like the, you know, it's like.
Are you drinking a Miller?
I mean, I piss Rockstar darker than that, you know, like, it's, I don't know, you know, like, this isn't my type of, I've had, like, 2 or 3 or 4 of the heliocentrics, and I don't really like any of them, to be honest.
There was
It's
one
just
I
not my
had.
type of beer,
What's
you know?
the one I had one of the heliocentrics and I really enjoyed it.
Was it the blackberry one?
I don't know.
The blackberry one is very popular. I know that one.
I'll give you mine real quick.
I mean, it almost tastes like flavored water for me. I mean,
it's
in all honesty, you know?
really light to me.
It's very light, yeah.
I almost get 0 to no fruit flavoring at all.
It's like at the very end. It's kind of like a fruit water.
It really is. It's like you said. It's very very refreshing.
Yeah.
I get no tart, nothing.
No, not much tart.
No, like, this is definitely an ale. I don't get any tartness at
It
all.
just tastes like flavored water.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's-
is really what it is for me.
Maybe if it had a little more pineapple, a little more mango, a little more something flavor wise, but it's very 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 light to me.
Yeah.
Almost no flavor.
Yeah, it doesn't have any. It says tart, pineapple, mango, fruity, and mouthfeel in the description. So, but I mean, this one for me, I mean, it's good. I feel like that like you're saying, Tony. I felt like that you could add a little bit more into the mix with the pineapple and the mango and all that other stuff then too. I mean, it's still good, and like you said, Jason, it is refreshing, but there could be a little bit more desired with it, to tell you the truth. So
It doesn't taste like overly carbonated either. Like,
no,
to me.
it's smooth.
Yeah.
It's like you said. It's very like I don't hate it. Like so, when I give my score here, I don't want you to think I'm butchering them, but I'm being completely honest with my review. I think it's very refreshing. I don't get any flavor profile at all in it. So for me, like I'm glad this is just we're tasting this, because if I bought a 4-pack, this would be something I'd be trading, or I'd be like, hey, who wants to try this? And this would be a gift beer. Because I just it's a 5.5, so it's not going to do much for me in that category. And then with like not having much flavor, it just I don't know. I don't hate it.
You're like starting to make me rethink my score. Like
Yeah.
maybe 3 is too much, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't-
Maybe it's like a 2.75 for me.
That's exactly where I'm
Yeah.
at. I'm at a 2.75. I don't hate it.
I'm gonna
If it was available,
rebuke my review.
if it
here.
was in a bar, and it was if I went somewhere and they had a can of it and it was offered to me, I would drink it and I would enjoy it. But I would not seek this beer out.
yeah, I think I'd sit at the 2.75 as well with it. I mean, with our palates, we had all the sours, all these different tarts and everything else. This one kind of is a little bit lackluster. I don't mean to be like negative about it, but
This
I'd
is a
rather
good
be
beer.
truthful.
This
than
is a good
anything.
beer for someone who's not into the craft beer scene. I think this
Yeah,
would be good. This would be a good
intro.
introduction. Good
This would be
intro
good
beer.
for Jake.
Yeah.
This beer's for the ladies.
Yeah, this is a good introduction beer. If you handed someone who normally drinks Yingling Flights or drinks Blue Moons or drinks stuff like
Yeah.
that, and you're like, hey, do you want to try a PA brewery where they make these little bit of flavor in there, and like I think this would be perfect for those people. Not for me though.
Woo! You hear them?
I give this one a 3.25.
3.25.
A 3.25 for not liking the tart sours. It's a crushable tart. I get a good fruit flavor on the front of it. But that might just be my palate.
Yeah.
Everybody's palate's different. Everybody has different taste preferences.
When it comes to tarts and sours, we've destroyed ourselves.
Yeah,
We've
for real.
Yeah, if we bust out you had one off the air last week. You had
one
Hudson
off the air
Valley.
last week. Yeah,
Hudson
that
Valley.
I think we had
that was
two,
good.
Like we had
one
I
or
think
two
we had
off
two
the
of
air.
them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
They're both good.
That's like the upper echelon. Like
Yeah.
that's like the king of the sours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're from New York.
Yeah,
There's a little more in there if anyone
But
wants
did
to
you
top off.
speaking of sours, did you see the Unicorn Farts is coming out again?
Yeah.
Oh,
I did see
really?
that,
Oh, yeah.
That's the beer with the glitter and the edible glitter.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
And it's really good. It's
Is
a
it?
really good
So it's like
sour,
drinking
yeah.
Goldschlager.
it's like
It's cool. Like, man, you can really see it in it. Like, when you hold it up to the light and you
Like the
look at
hypnotic.
it, you can definitely see the glitter.
If we can get
Yeah.
it, we'll try it. That sounds like right up our alley
I've had
with
that.
the
It's-
gimmicky shit.
it's made with I think it's made with like cereal then too
Yeah.
It's
as
good.
well. Like
Who's
it's
it made
like
by?
fruit and
Duclaw.
Duclaw, yeah.
Oh, Duclaw. I would think a Duval, like the Jackson. All right, so here we go. Stout, breakfast stout with coffee and chocolate.
You won't like this one. It's coffee.
This is by. I'm really disappointed.
Chatty Monks out of West Reading.
I can't get it, Ben.
Hang on.
I don't got no nails. I'm kind of bummed that my first experience with Chatty Monks is going to be a stout. And
I was gonna bring their strawberry sour. However, this past weekend, people realized how good it is, and they bought all of it out.
Oh,
of us.
really? So-
Yeah, we had like 3 cases on the shelf. They bought all of it this past
You're
weekend.
definitely not gonna like that. That's like earthy coffee. You're gonna fucking die.
Yeah, it just smells like coffee.
I'm like right off the bat. I smell like you're
I
not
had
gonna
a
like that.
I had a good streak going where I was actually checking in, stouts. I don't think this is gonna do it for me. Chatty Monk. So you said their strawberry sour was doing really well.
Yeah, it's what was that one? I forget what it was called. It was their strawberry sour. It was doing very well for us over at the Beer Shack.
I think we can all definitely do full pours tonight with only being
4 of us. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting off small and just see where we go
Yeah.
after.
Hell, I'm hammering it.
It's your first time back in a while.
is.
You're excited.
I haven't been here in a while. Been sheltered.
Morning monk.
It's a 9% one too, so
I
this is
saw
more up
that,
your
yeah.
alley.
I'm trying to find it here. What's it called? The breakfast
Morning Monk.
Morning monk.
Morning Monk.
I already got you. I already got it. I'm tagging all you guys in as well. So.
Did you already score it?
I did not score. I did not taste it yet. But
Well,
I
then
got
you're tagging us, but we'd like to check it in too. We don't want to be behind the 8 ball here.
Okay.
That's pretty damn good.
So
Yeah.
it is a double oatmeal imperial
Smells so
stout
good.
that clocks in at 9% ABV.
It is earthy.
A decadent and rich imperial stout brewed with coffee, kilned malt, oats, bittersweet baker's chocolate, and conditioned on coffee and cocoa nibs. The best part of waking up is morning monk in your cup. Don't sue us, Folgers. That's in parentheses.
Morning Monk out of West Reading, Pennsylvania. Has anyone been there yet?
No.
I've been there.
I have not.
What do you think?
They were at the beer festival though.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is like
Didn't the one dude leave Tattered Flag and go to Morning?
no, it was he went to Tower Flag and went to ABC.
I thought someone left one of the places and just recently went to Monk.
I don't know. I would have remembered that.
Yeah.
But I've been to this brewery like once or twice. It's a small little place. It's out by West Reading, and it's a nice little area. And then if you decide to go away from Chatty Monks, they also have the Barley Mow, and then the beer on the wall then too. So you're getting nailed with a lot.
Oh, isn't it right across from Beer and Wall?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like roughly around there. Yeah.
Nope.
Nope, not digging it.
Nope. Sorry, monks. I'm not checking this one in. I mean, I'll check
I'll
it
have to
in.
bring up a couple of the other stuff that we have.
I'll check it in.
Just
but
don't rate it.
I'm not rating it. Just not for me. Too much
Yeah,
coffee.
That is definitely coffee bean up front. It's like if you put this in a boiler pot, you can definitely drink this warm, and it would just do the job.
my
just
God.
as
Even
well.
you
this would be great.
Even you
warm.
talking about it is grossing me out.
I love coffee. This is like a super dark roast coffee flavor to it. This is great.
You know what I'm laughing like hell about? There's a new Geico commercial, and it says, "Oh, this is a great home and all that, but we got a rat problem."
And then Rats playing.
Yeah.
Round and round.
It fucking makes me lose my mind every time. I'm like, rat.
Please stay on target, Ben. All right.
Sorry, but I had to get that out.
Ben just like bang and just shoots in the other direction.
But anyhow,
Yeah. Is there anything?
if I had to say anything about it, this one, I would just give this one. This is a good coffee front oatmeal stout. I'd give it 3.5 just solely because it does hit that coffee note, and like I said, described before, putting in a coffee pot and heating it up, it would definitely taste like coffee. So
Yeah.
that's pretty good. So if you just want straight up coffee, that's right up your alley.
Yeah, I think that they definitely. If you're a coffee fan, they hit the mark. That's the only thing I can really do for this review. Yeah, it tastes like black coffee.
Yeah, it does.
Andrew would love it. This would be right up his alley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes just black straight up coffee, so he would enjoy this beer. Jason,
I mean, I like it. I love I just drink coffee. You know, I don't put sugar in it or milk in it or anything else.
just chew on their grinds.
It's like bold and dark roasted as I can get. I like, and I mean, this is definitely heavy on the coffee side. So for me, it's a 3.75, and like the 9%'s pretty cool too.
How close on that 3.75 are you to a 4?
Probably actually more to a 3.5, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, just because you know, I mean, I like stouts a lot. I do, but I don't know.
One other thing I want to say about this stout. It pours very smooth. It's not
Yeah,
thick.
it's not super thick.
It's not
Yeah,
super thick in
no.
consistency either.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it is really good. I mean, I like that heavy coffee taste.
Yeah, it's super heavy. Everything about this beer, I think if another
Have
place
some
would
more.
make it, I think it would be a lot of a thicker beer, where I think this is it's smooth. It doesn't leave much residue in your glass.
No, it doesn't.
It's nice.
It is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went 3.75 with this one.
Wow.
I'm a big dark coffee fan. Like Jason, I drink my coffee.
Are you
pretty
closer
much
to
just black.
3.25 or 4?
I'm closer to a 4 off the 3.75 mark to it. It's just,
Okay.
it's a great stout. It's
good.
very coffee flavored. You get a really good chocolate aftertaste in your mouth from it.
It's definitely something to look forward to if
Yes.
you're a stout fan. So,
If you like coffee and you drink coffee every day of the week and multiple times throughout the day,
and if you like coffee in your beer, this is your
beer.
stout.
Yeah, this is definitely if that's your bag, baby, then go for it.
Man, we're kind of like slogan-y, kind of. Like, we're just like really like advertising the shit out of this like QVC, our home shopping network.
That's what we're supposed to do.
It's all
man.
good, though.
That's the
It's
premise.
But I
all
like
good.
that though.
That's the
I know.
premise of the
No,
show.
but we're doing it like more in particular with this one because it's with the Beer Shack, and I kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's all good. So I will say this: Chatty Monks, when they started, we were the first place that had them to distribute them
Oh,
outside
wow.
of at their brewery, just because their owner is very good friends with our owner.
Yeah, yeah.
and,
That's awesome.
he lives local in the county, lives in Lake Winona. Very cool guy.
wow. I
And
didn't
now your
know.
owner hates
So-
me because I didn't know where it was.
Yeah. Don't worry, I won't tell her to share it then if you don't want me to.
No, I learned. I'll be there.
Yeah, then you're saying sex toys and
Yeah,
beer and all that. And I'm like, Tony, it's 61.
yeah, I had the wrong beer place.
it's the 61.
Listen, man,
I know.
I'm from this side of the mountain.
He's from this side of the Indian Head.
Yeah, yeah.
People this side of the Indian Head and that side of the Indian Head are way different.
There's not, well, not that they're different. Not it's crazy because it's in weird. It's a weird rivalry thing where not many people our side of the mountain go to their side of the mountain to support, and not many their side of the mountain people from there come on to our side of the mountain. It's a weird little riff.
It really is.
Man,
Yeah.
I might be one goofy fuck because
I mean-
I went to Penn State Schuylkill and I have no problem. I'm like, whoop, going over,
Yeah,
going to school. Yeah,
I mean, no, but I know what you mean there. Like, even like sports teams, stuff like that in the county, like every time there's like a district championship game or like a county team is in the district playoffs, like the county rallies behind it. But it is still separated.
unless it's Monty area basketball, then no one cares.
But it is still separated
I hate
north
when
and
you do
south
that.
of the mountain. It's
I can't stand when you do
It's
that.
I
funny.
keep doing that. I keep doing it.
Keep in mind, people listen to this with their earbuds in. So when you make gurgling noises in their ears,
I listen to
it's
them. I listen to
horrible.
podcasts in my car when I'm driving.
Yeah,
and stuff
imagine
like
that in your speakers.
Good thing the
People are like-
good thing
people
they're cheap speakers in
Yeah,
my Subaru.
people checking their tire pressure. Like, what's going on?
Rolling the sheets to get my coffee, and they're going.
Yeah. You're like, what the fuck was that? Like, they had to turn the podcast down for a couple seconds to realize their car's not grinding.
Don't worry, just a tiger in the back of my car, just growling.
All right, so I'm really excited for this section. These next 3 beers, they might. I mean, this is what I'm really, really pumped for.
Spoiler alert: there's a birch beer, and I'm
that
gonna
is
say
the next one.
One right now. If it does taste like birch beer, it's automatically getting a 5 because it was a childhood dream that having birch in your beer. Now as an adult,
Childhood
is wild.
So you knew you were going to be alcoholic from
No,
birth.
no, God, no.
You're like, man, I can't wait to get fucked up on this.
No, because when you're a kid,
from the Skook, so
I mean, like when you're a kid, you're like, you wish beer would taste just as good as like soda or whatever. And
Yeah.
this is a time to be alive with craft beer now. So if it tastes like birch beer, it's automatically getting a 5, folks. I'm going to be the judge of it.
All right, so this
I'm
is
psyched.
this is Logyard Brewing Company. They really just kind of popped up in our area. Like our local distributors in Schuylkill County have really picked them up. I know you can get it in Frackville, you can get it in Monty City, you can get it in Schuylkill Haven. It's popping up, man, and I'm really excited to finally try it and see what it's all about. They are out of Kane, Pennsylvania. I don't have much info on this brewery, but they have made 32 beers. They average a 3.78, so they're just under 4.
Definitely not bad.
We have 3 of the beers here now that we're going to review. So we have the Bucking Birch, we have the Shandy Le Bleu, and
Shandy
we have
Le Bleu.
yeah, and then we have the Misery Whip.
So the Shandy Le Bleu is a blueberry shandy. So that's going to be probably our first shandy that we're going to have on the show. That's craft.
Ooh.
And Misery Whip is a New England double dry. It's like a double India Pale Ale then too. I like the.
All right,
No,
so
no Leinenkugels on the
no Leinenkugels, right?
So this is the first one here. So this is going to be the Birch beer,
This
the
is
Bucking Birch Cane Style Ale. It's a 5.5.
Oh, I
One
was gonna
friend,
read that.
you can read it. They don't have a description. See how bummed you get? I don't get bummed when you. Anyway,
Oh, he gets
Come on,
bummed.
man. I'm
Oh,
on
he gets
point, and then
bummed.
you're like, ooh.
one friend checked it in at 4. I didn't check. I didn't click who it is, and then 726 check-ins. It averages just over a 3.5.
So it's smooth, floral, clean, light, and minty. Oh, you're passing the can around to me. So Bucking Birch is an ale that finishes smooth with a fresh birch flavor. It's
Yeah.
got integrity and liking
From the
unlike
smell
a
of
bucking
it,
log.
I think you're gonna cream your
Has a
pants.
clean finish that you would come to expect with quality craftsmanship. So if it's going to be a default beer at the house.
I personally, I'm not a birch beer fan. I'm not a root beer or a birch beer fan.
like sarsaparilla.
Right off the bat.
Yeah.
All
It
right
smells
off the bat.
just-
That smells wonderful.
It smells like It smells like beer version of birch beer already.
Oh God.
So I'll elaborate here on the brewery a little bit. When they came to our wholesaler to us get them in, Jen looked at me and she goes, "Hey, like research these guys, see if it's something that we'd be interested in, see if it's something that you guys could sell, see if it's something that people in the area might like." So these guys are out of Kane, PA. Pretty much go up to Cottersport, hop on Route 6, and just keep going west. Literally middle of nowhere, northwest PA.
Well, kudos to them real quick to finding Schuylkill County, realizing by your research marketing that beer does sell well here,
Oh, yeah.
especially if it's a newer style beer that people want to like. I don't understand why we don't get more, of the heavy hit like Abomination. We don't get really much Tattered Flag.
That's common.
You know what I mean? Like, because we're so deprived in this area, we don't have we have to drive far to get our beer. Where if we can get places like the Beer Shack, we can get the Cake Stand in Monty City, we can get Frackville and bars where they can cover these beers.
It's an untapped market.
It really
around
is.
These small little areas
Yeah,
that people
100%.
are really driving, because you'd be very surprised how many people from small towns go to the other small towns where they find good craft beer. It's nutty.
and now
I will say
Logyard
this.
is in 3 different towns in Schuylkill County.
It is hard for being where we're at, since the wholesaler market splits at Schuylkill and Berks. To go from the northeast corridor, like Schuylkill, Northumberland, Carbon, that whole area, and Lehigh, to go down from Berks goes down to like the Philly market area. So it's hard to get some of the stuff in that middle point.
Well, that's where we come in as a podcast.
Yes,
we can
very much so.
We can really tell people we can tell breweries, we can tell distributors, like, this is a demand. People will like this. Put it in your shelves. Like,
Yeah.
And especially if we can review it and people respect our reviews, because we have 4 or 5 different reviews every episode of it may not be for one person, but for somebody else, we can give you an honest. It's not just 5 people. I mean, sometimes we have 5 people just really blowing a beer like, this is amazing. But, I mean, that's 5 different points of view that it's being completely honest.
And not only that, we really point out different stuff with it then, too. And we have kind of like a civilized...
Down the wrong pipe? Or is it Corona?
That's a birch beer.
It smells like a dentist office. I don't know why.
Now, this is the
It
shit.
does. It has a little bit the mint.
I don't know why, but it reminds me of
Ben,
a dentist
does
office.
it meet your fancy? Does it meet from
Okay.
all that you've expected from me talking
It's that-
about it the past 2
Okay.
weeks?
It's that minty. It's that minty floral. That's the dentist you're smelling like that.
Yeah.
It just smells clean. Like clean,
does.
yeah.
I could definitely say this. Unfortunately, it's not a 5, but I'm going to give it a little bit of leeway on the fact that it tastes very similar to another thing I really like, and that's Teaberry.
Ooh, okay.
Because Brett said about Teaberry.
Like a Teaberry ice cream.
Like a little
Our
bit at the
Teaberry-
very
our
end.
Teaberry gum.
At the very end, very light, very faint, but
Good
it's
call
just
out.
enough.
Good call
Yeah,
out. Good call out. I like that.
definitely.
Yeah, you know what?
That's a beer to have in the summertime.
It is.
That is seriously a beer.
This
like,
is not
have
my
2
flavor.
of them.
This is not my flavor
You're good.
profile, but I respect what they're doing here.
Yeah, I really like that. I love Teaberry, live Teaberry ice cream, Teaberry gum. That, and Brett even said from the cake stand, he goes, it has, notes of Teaberry in it, and I think they hit their mark on that. If they would have said that it was, like something with Teaberry involved, I probably would give that a 5 instead of making a birch.
To me, it's birch beer meets Teaberry meets like a cigar,
My dad said the
Sorry.
same thing after he tried it.
like a cigar.
Yeah, my dad said it gives you like that, like you're in a cigar shop and you have like that taste on your
smoke.
mouth. Yes.
Yeah.
He tasted it for like the first time when I cracked one open last week. Spoiler alert, I had it before, but that's exactly what he said. He said he gets the Teaberry and the little bit of the cigar, like that's
Like it's
that
a smoke to it.
yeah, the smoke, the flavoring of a cigar shop in his mouth to it.
I like good hand-rolled cigars, and I do not get a cigar taste from this.
You don't
at
have a
all.
smoke at all.
No.
No?
And I've
I'm not
had
getting
like
that.
beers that actually taste like cigars, because like a good like dark like Maduro cigar reminds me of like dark coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the
Oh,
same
yeah.
type of taste.
Yeah.
You know, and don't get that.
For me, I'm not trying to butcher your score.
Oh boy.
But this flavor profile is not for me. This is not a beer I would actively go get, but I'm going to give you points because I think what you're trying to do with the beer is commendable. Like, once again, if you're a fan of the Teaberry, if you're a fan of birch beer, this beer is going to be for you. You're going to have a good time with this. You're going to really, really enjoy it. Unfortunately, that's not my flavor profile. That's not what I'm into. So I will go just alone, give it that kudos because they hit their mark, I feel, with flavor. I'll give it a 2.75.
All right. My rating of it, because it does hit the Teaberry notes, I really like Teaberry. I like that birchness. I like, kind of like the more like woodsy type of ales, and I really wish that some of these breweries can really expand on that then too. Honestly, I could probably drink maybe 4 of those, and I'd be good.
Yeah.
I would say I'd give it a solid 4.5, just because of the drinkability and what they're trying to do. It's ambitious. I really like the ambitious aspect to that beer, and can't go wrong with it. So,
No.
good job, Logyard.
Yeah.
It smells like a dentist office, which, I don't mind going to the dentist, but I'm not a huge fan of it. I hate Teaberry. I can't
Yeah.
stand. My wife loves Teaberry. She loves like Teaberry ice cream and
So this
stuff
might be
like
one
that.
for her then to try.
She doesn't drink.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what she should with me, but
Heidi doesn't either.
I mean,
Really?
Nope.
I thought this said this was like an IPA, but it's not, right?
It's
It's a cane style ale.
Yeah, it's ale.
Mm-hmm.
a 1. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's not
Oh,
for
wow.
me. I mean, it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be lying if I told you anything different. Like, I hate Teaberry. Like, I can't. Teaberry reminds me of like Pepto-Bismol or something. It's just the smell, the taste. The swing and the miss. Sorry.
So here's the thing too. You have to realize when we do this episode, when someone reviews it, like a Jason or myself, we're going into it knowing birch beer is not my thing, or a coffee stout's not my thing. So we're gonna give it a review based on what we taste. You know what I mean? So like obviously like I know it sucks when you're like a 4 beer, but I'm giving you an honest review to it. Like, but I don't really write too much stuff on Untappd because I don't want to ruin the flow of the show where I'm stopping and I'm texting. But that's the point. If you're following us on Untappd and you want to know why we gave it that score, then go tune in.
It's funny too because like on Untappd it says like, well, it says the name of it, which is Cane Style Ale, but then it says it's IPA American. So I don't know if that's like a mistake or not.
That might be that might be an Untappd thing too, just how they have to categorize it.
Yeah, I know. Like when you make an entry, like some people don't know, but that's why I always like asking the actual brewery first, and then like kind of like putting a little description in it too. So that usually helps, especially with the community as well. So
and I don't mind birch beer, but I don't know. I taste like the more of the Teaberry than the.
Yeah, I agree.
Also, I'll say this for me. So I give this one a 3.5. This is definitely one that I will have again. I will buy another 4-pack of this. It's for me. It's very smooth. I'm a big fan of the white birch, the old school white birch cans that you can get with the black bear on it. I forget who makes them. To me, that reminds me of that birch beer style.
A-Treat was like the big or Catawissa Bottling Company. They do like.
But yeah, for me, this is a 3.5. It's a solid home run. It goes back to their roots of their name, Logyard. So a little bit on that, they built their brewery and where they're at on their family's old logging yard because their family had a history of their.
The can is
logging,
clean.
so.
It's a clean looking can. It looks really, really nice, and
it has a nice appeal to it when you see
it really does. Like if you look at that in the shelf, you're like, it's not going to blow you away with crazy art, but it's a clean looking can. It looks professional, and it definitely fits their theme.
People logging in the background.
Another crazy thing too. I don't know if it's what they're going for, but just smelling this next beer, it kind of has that. It kind of has that craft soda, like earthy, woodsy
I can
style.
smell it all. It smells like bubble gum from
here.
Yeah,
it like both like.
Wow, that's really like.
It has like a craft soda like if you were like
that is really up front with blueberry. It's like a blueberry bubble gum,
but it's like a blueberry cream. Like it's like a creamy blueberry almost. It smells
get more juice.
Right.
It smells like if you went into like a soda shop or like a soda fountain place in like Philly in like the 40s or the 50s.
Yeah.
Like these two beers would be right in that place.
Oh yeah, they would be for like a float.
Yeah.
And this pours
very
light.
This is a 5%er. This is very, very light.
No, it's not. This is 3.2.
What?
It says on tap 5.
The can says 3.2%, buddy.
Oh wow! So this is super light.
Light.
We're sobering up on this beer.
I don't know. I don't know what Untappd's doing here, but this is wrong on Untappd.
This might be the lowest beer we've ever had.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, it's probably the lowest.
Jason's already giving negative.
He's like,
just like there's not enough alcohol.
He's really punching those keys through his phone. Holy fuck!
He's like, I'm here. He's like, I'm here to get drunk. What are you doing to me?
What the fuck?
Look, it's like when you're sending Matt an email, you go.
I'm like we've said this a million times. I'm like a double, triple IPA drinker.
So don't worry.
Like,
hold your horses.
Jason brought some beers, and I said, we might not add any of this tonight because we're doing beer, but we may add one at the end because I think at least
that's fine.
With a couple fivers here, we at least have to feel a beer here.
I already see something over on this table that I love, so we're gonna get there. So.
Cool.
So. Logyard is a blueberry shandy that clocks in at 3.2% alcohol by volume. It's a whip beer and blueberry struck up one heck of a deal in this refreshing shandy. It's a sweet, clean, and blueberry flavor-forward shandy, a perfect compromise between fresh flavor and smooth beer, a 2-for-1 bargain in or out of the Logyard.
Put in the comments, doesn't drink like a 3.2.
Jason, what is your Untappd? I don't have you on Untappd yet.
I'll send it to you.
Right.
If you check mine, I have everyone who's sitting at the
tagged me.
I have everyone who's sitting at the table that episode tagged.
Yeah, I have it. I'm tagging everybody as I go along too.
Wow,
it's getting hard for me.
I wonder, are you done with the picture, Nick?
Yeah,
Okay.
I took the picture.
That doesn't drink like a beer at all.
No.
Well, fun fact about shandies. Shandies is a combination between beer and like juice, in a way. That's how the Leinenkugel.
I've had shandies. Does this drink like a shandy to you?
Leinenkugels is the only thing I think of, and I hate Leinenkugels. I mean, people
And
say like Leinenkugels, fruity Pebbles. Like, no, not for me.
Not for
I
you.
mean, I don't like fruit beer generally either.
I mean, it does have that it's a very light beer taste,
Yeah.
and it has like just that overall like juice to it.
Yeah.
Like that's really what it comes down to, and
That's
like even
I
with
don't
the
hate it,
Radler.
but it's different. It's really different.
Mhm.
If you cracked this and didn't know what a shandy was, and you took that first sip, it would confuse you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm
For me,
confused.
yeah.
this more reminds me of like a dessert, a breakfast dessert beer, like a brunch beer. Like after you take a sip and let it hang there in your mouth with the flavoring, you kind of get a blueberry muffin feel in your mouth.
Yeah, but
You're right.
like if I wanted to
You're
drink
right.
something like this that was like Lindemans, like I love Lindemans.
Okay.
Like
The Frambois,
like
yeah.
the Frambois and
We plug here. We do have Lindemans at the beer
Oh,
shack
yeah.
as well.
And you know what's awesome, man? If you take like
long
the Lindemans and you mix it with PBR, you do like a red ribbon. Oh my god, it's fucking fantastic.
That's all. I love Lindemans Flambois because like that's a solid like
That's
that's
awesome.
literally
Yeah.
like that's
Very
literally
good. Yeah.
fruit
Yeah.
juice and the one guy that I used to go to visit in Zeno's in State College. The guy's like, if you don't like this beer, then there's no hope for you whatsoever because it was so like fruit juice.
It's
okay,
super
I get
low
that.
And,
alcohol content.
Yeah, it's just like if you just wanted to have a beer just to have a beer, but you didn't want to just like get crushed or just not even taste beer. The Flambois was definitely one right up your alley.
it's good.
I mean,
stuff,
it's solid. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
kind of surprised that you like that.
I love
Jason.
it. I love it. I mean, for me,
Yeah.
they're so good. Like there's like apple and
They make a
peach
whole bunch of
and-
them, yeah.
Yeah, the Frambois.
They make a whole bunch of them. It's really good. It's like it takes a long time to make a Flambois or I'm trying to think. Is that the actual? It's a particular style of it then too. That it is, and they take a long time for everything to.
It's
to
like you can
ferment and
almost,
brew and
like-
all that then too, which is wild.
because it has like a cork in the
like
top,
a year or so, about.
and it has like a bottle cap on. And it's like you can almost taste like
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of the cork like in the beer. It's I don't know. It's great.
So, like, if
man.
you're like a wine snob, you can pretty much get into that beer 100%, and you're on the same page as a beer drinker and a wine drinker.
What do you score in this one?
Wow. I really like this one. I really like what they're doing with this. It didn't really blow my socks off like the Bucking Birch, but at the same time, though, it does have a lot of good promise to just a different style that we never really had on the show before.
So far, 2 for 2. Even though I'm going to say, like, the first one isn't my flavor profile. The second one I'll get into in a moment.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to doing your own thing, Logyard is killing it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I really like
Oh,
what
yeah.
they're doing. I really like what they're doing 100%.
You cannot. I can't tell you
Oh my
another
God.
beer who is doing something like them when it comes to this style.
Fun fact, the Logyard logo actually has a hop, but with, like, fucking tree rings in the middle of
Oh
the
yeah,
hop.
it does. That's pretty cool.
That's creative. Good job on that one. Because you look at different shit.
Yeah. What's your score?
I would definitely give this one a 4.
A 4.
I really like this. I
Interesting.
do. It's just a nice beer. Great it has a lot of elements to it. It's a good introductory beer if you want to introduce somebody to
Yeah.
it. It has that it actually has a blueberry up front. It actually tastes like blueberry too versus what other people say, "Oh, this tastes like a blueberry beer." This one tastes like blueberry 100%. Very light. You can drink it all day. That's an all-day beer. Like if you had a whole case of this, I might have like 5 or 6 of them, and I wouldn't get sick of them.
I
fifth
believe
or
it.
sixth one.
I've seen him do it.
But other than that, I mean, that it does have a lot going for it, and they really show a lot of promise. And like you said,
It's a good picnic beer.
yeah, good picnic beer. And like you said, doing their own thing. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you have like minds doing cool shit. So
Jason,
good job.
not for you.
This is not my type of beer. I
How
mean,
does it-
it's nothing against this company or anything. I mean, like, this is just isn't stuff that I normally drink, you know.
Well, that's why you come to the table.
Yeah,
to
I
broaden
mean,
your horizons.
Yes.
you know,
I brought different stuff for that.
No, no,
yeah,
it's cool.
yeah,
No,
it was
no,
that's
no.
why I brought it. It was just because.
you
Dog
haven't
pound the
done any
rabbit.
episodes with me, so like you know, they call me like the Simon Cowell of this show. But,
He's
you know,
he's a hazy IPA Simon Cowell.
you know, for me, it doesn't taste like Teaberry, so I'll give it a 1.25.
a 1.25.
It's just dude, this is not stuff I don't drink beer like. This is not the type of beer I drink.
There's nothing
It's
positive
like,
out of this.
it doesn't taste like Teaberry. I already said that.
Interesting.
You know, I mean, it really tastes like it has that big kind of blueberry taste, but it's just like, I mean, you know, again, it's not the type of beer that I like or enjoy. You know, I'm not saying like, dude, in the world of shandies, you know, if I was this may be a 5 in the world of people
Maybe.
like shandies. You
Very
know
possible.
what I mean? Like, you know, you got to understand this is the type of beer I drink. So, like, for me to say it's a 1 or a 1.25 or something, it's just because I don't drink beer like this.
Take it with a grain of salt.
I mean, yeah, like I said, if you like, you know, Teaberry or you like blueberry, you like shandy beers, dude, this could be like the best beer in the world. You know,
can.
it's just
That's
like
pretty
I don't
much,
like. I mean, shandy beers. I don't typically like fruit beers, but there is going to be an exception. But you know, it's not my typical type of,
That's
of
fair.
beer. You know,
Nick?
I'm giving this one a 4 with Ben.
Yeah.
This is one that if I'm getting up early and I'm going to have a Bloody Mary with my breakfast, and I'm going to go outside and sit by the pool for 11 o'clock, I'm having this one. This is
perfect.
This is a perfect, like,
This is a
Sunday morning,
sit in
sit by
the
the
sun.
pool, sit in the sun, hang out, do whatever you're going to do, sit on the lake, on the boat, whatever.
Yeah.
This is that kind of beer that you can sit there, drink a few of them, and not have a care in the world.
I mean, I burped. It tasted like blueberry.
Right?
So, you know,
I'm a fan of that. I'm a big blueberry fan. I'm not really that big of a shandy fan.
Yeah.
But this is. It might get me.
No,
this might get me into that. I don't know.
I'm sure
it's like Ben said. It's a very good
Yeah.
introductory beer for craft beer drinkers.
Sure, it's good if you like shandies. And
Yeah.
I'm sure it's
it's
banging.
banging.
You know?
One quick note, like, I know the guys understand me at the table, but any viewers understand this. Like, if I taste something that's really good, I'm gonna give it a good rating and really break it down for you folks. And like, people think, oh, he's giving too many high scores. Well, fuck you, because
Jesus, it took a heel turn there.
Well,
Wow.
because
Just hit
if
you with a
I
chair.
if I enjoy it, I'm going to tell you exactly what you're going to enjoy out of this. If this is your style.
This is why we bring multiple people to the table.
Yes. And I mean, again, like, I like to expose you guys to different style. Like, Nick did a great job.
You covered all
exposing
this
style so far.
Yeah, you
but
don't have to reiterate. You covered
hey,
it.
you do the same thing with coffee. Let me have my moment.
Well, I have to. I don't want to be a dick when I say it. So,
no,
all right.
I get it. No, I get it. I get
We
it.
don't want a 3-hour
Fun dis-
episode here,
Yeah,
Ben.
you blew them. You wiped it off your face. Let's move on.
Hey,
I mean,
no.
in respect to you, like you said, like, you know, you didn't review the beer because it tasted like coffee. I mean, maybe that should be my stance on something like this. You know, like maybe I shouldn't review it because it's not something I would drink. But
Yeah, I think maybe go. I think if I had to redo that, I would go back to the birch beer and maybe not score it. I'm going to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I fucked up their scoring it and just gave them like a butchered them because I don't want them to like look like, who's this dickhead? Oh, they do a podcast and they shit on my beer.
Yeah, but in the same respect, I think you should just kind of, you know, be honest and review it for what it is. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, if people like shandies and they're checking it in, everyone may say 5. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
so like,
So
you know, your
that's-
review's not going to.
So let me get my review out.
Yeah.
Okay, go
All
ahead.
right. So
On the
I'll
edge of
have-
my seat here.
yeah. So this is. I'm not a shandy. I've never really had shandies, so this is new experience to me.
Shanty town.
Shandy,
tonight.
yeah. So this is my shandy town. It is very, very different. It's unique. I do enjoy the flavor. If you're looking for a beer, this is not for you. If you want that hoppy, it's not for you. If you want that beer, it's not for you. If you're looking like how you guys said, it's a good just sit, relax beer in the sun. This is probably for you. The only thing I would change with this, like I said, this reminds me of a craft soda. It kind of has that old school soda pop, but you know what I mean. Like that's what I get from this. Like these last 2 beers remind me of like if you were to have an adult version of a kid candy store where you can get soda flavored beer. This
They remind me more of a seltzer. Like that stuff we had.
Yeah. The only thing I would add to this, and this is only because I think I've been spoiled by Snitz Creek and like Fatheads, maybe a little more blueberry. I didn't get as much as I would have liked. A little more blueberry.
Okay.
I thought it was very creamy. To me, this is a very creamy beer. That's what I would just say. That's the biggest description I get. It's like a very, very creamy. I enjoyed it. I'm going to give this a 3.25.
Okay.
That's my
All
score.
right.
All right.
I just like how it was just so refreshing.
Yeah.
And just that blueberry. Like,
wow, that's interesting. So my dad just texted a picture to the group chat with the bucking birch and said, meh. And he loves Teaberry.
You're gonna say that, aren't you?
Ask him for
Didn't
a
you?
score.
Didn't
on,
it taste
hold
like
on, hold on.
Teaberry? Oh, here we go.
Oh, we're calling him now.
I'm so curious.
Man, this is.
You're calling the
this
group
is
chat. You know that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yo,
you're live right now. We just drank that beer.
I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. When we all reviewed it, we all said it tastes like Teaberry.
Yeah, kind of.
And
He's
you're
grasping
you're
at
you're a
straws.
I mean, I
Teaberry, you're a
like
Teaberry
Teaberry,
fan.
but-
Yeah, you're a Teaberry fan.
Taste it again. That's not
Tony, don't
slight.
don't powder. Don't pat it. I'm right
No,
with you, man.
slight tea berry. I agree on the slight tea berry. I don't know what the hell I was thinking with bucking birch.
Yeah, I don't like birch
and then
beer.
I taste it. It's like, yeah, this is birch beer, but it's not birch beer.
Yeah, I thought it tasted.
I don't know what I was thinking.
I got a
there's just
very
the flavor
cigar.
profile just didn't.
Yeah, I got like cigar Teaberry.
Yeah, I can see how you got that. But I was like, well, shit, now I have 3 more of these I have to drink. That was my first thought.
Yeah. Well, listen, you can give him to Ben. He loved it.
Well, they're here.
All right. Well, I'll let you go.
Next time you're at
We'll
Mom's-
move on here.
Next time you're at Mom's, pick them up.
Yeah, we're on our 3rd Logyard right now. So
All right.
also while you're here, I'll have you on the phone. We are recording tomorrow around 9:00. So if you want to come record with us, you can.
All right. Let me see what I'm doing because I got to get up early Sunday. I'm going to Maryland.
All right. Later.
All right. See ya.
Interesting. Because he loves Teaberry. I'm curious to.
I like when he says, "I got 3 more of these. I got to drink." Yeah.
Well, he just
Ben will
donated.
drink 'em.
You just got them donated to you.
Man, yeah.
All right. Interesting. So this one's called Misery Whip.
Misery Whip from Logyard.
And Jason's just like formulating. He's looking at the can over. He's like,
The can art is actually very cool in this one.
Wait, is
and
this
it does have a
is this the
story,
Misery
too.
Whip 2 times IPA?
Yes.
Okay.
so this clocks in at 8.4.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere.
A Misery Whip was a big saw for cutting down big trees. Ours is a big beer for cutting down a big thirst. The big flavor comes from Centennial, Citra, and Cascade hops. Don't get nicked by the Misery Whip.
All right.
Wow, they rhymed.
Whoa!
A hip hop, hippy doody hip.
And it's really cool because they actually have the Misery Whip on the can
Yeah,
itself.
the old
so
school, very long
the
saw.
identification of it too.
All right. So this smells like a creamy IPA.
Oh, this is definitely New England. That nice subtle juice.
Yep.
Wow, I like that.
This is good.
That drink's very light.
It's very
it
nice.
does. It doesn't drink like...
What is that?
An 8.2.
Does
It
not
doesn't
drink like an 8.
8.2.
That is a sleeper. That's a sleeper.
It's very juicy.
Double.
It's not. It's definitely New. I prefer New England style more than Indian.
Yeah, definitely. I do the same as well because I was actually trying to learn a little bit about New England, like the New England styles and like
It's a little.
different
It has a little
pale
heat to
ales.
it. A little hop heat to it.
That's because you got the bottom of the can.
Maybe.
No, you definitely got the bottom of the can. I saw it. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's super
Oh
cloudy.
yeah, look at. I have
It's
two
super cloudy.
Pour a little in there just to give me a little fresh.
Little spritz.
Yeah, you got the dregs, man.
All right. Well, listen. Even with the dregs, I still enjoy it.
Definitely nothing wrong. Now that's gonna drink decent now.
Yeah, I think there was too much bottom.
Too much.
Yeah. I enjoy it though.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to the rest of the IPA game in Pennsylvania, I think they have a little bit to go. I'm gonna be honest. Just gonna be honest. I think if they were on a shelf next to like if if it was Logyard New England style and a New Trail or an Evergreen, you're
gonna opt for.
They're gonna get passed up.
Mhm.
But this is the first style of beer we had for them that was more in a normal, I guess you would say, in our wheelhouse. Because these other two Birch beers and Blueberry were definitely not beers that we normally would seek or try.
Now I'm getting what you're saying. Yeah, like we're getting.
But I'm
going to
be honest, for never having them before, I dig this beer. I don't think it's horrible. It doesn't blow me away, but I don't hate it.
And like Centennial and Cascade hops usually used in that. Like we never heard of that. It's usually Mosaic, Citra, like Galaxy, like just that rotation.
Yeah, I'll get out of the way right now. 3.5. Doesn't blow me away, but I don't hate it. I would have it again.
Now, price point. Like, say, for example, if this was maybe a $15 double.
For a 4-pack?
Yeah.
I'm
just saying hypothetical.
I'd be okay with that.
Fair enough. 3.5, $15 for a 4-pack. Yeah,
I should have brought a price list with each of them with me. I didn't think about that until just now, halfway through.
That's all right. Well, I mean, we'll put them on the page and stuff.
Yeah. I think I have to sit with you on the 3.5. A little leaning more on the 3.65.
Okay, so you're higher to a 3.7.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
I would say the 3.5 is definitely
It's very
like
juicy.
there.
Very juicy.
It doesn't really blow your socks off, and that's kind of a good thing too, because a lot of the times they're like, oh, like some people will be like, oh, that's way too juicy. Oh, it's like too much like this or that. If you want, again, these beers, if you wanted to try something totally different, or you just want to have something just to introduce somebody, I think their Misery Whip is definitely one.
Like you can hand somebody a Lucy Juicy or a Juicy Lucy. What are they called from Evergreen?
Juice Juicy.
Juice Juicy. I always say Lucy. I don't know why.
We always go through this.
Listen, I'm renaming it. It's a Juicy Lucy.
Well,
it should be just the logo should just be this thick bitch on there, just like big thick thighs, big fat ass, big. You know what I mean? Just a bad bitch. Just be the Juicy Lucy.
Could you imagine a Facebook post where Evergreen just like our Juice Juicy is becoming Juicy Lucy?
Thank you too.
And it's just like,
and it's just this
Tony Blackwell Jr.
This badass bitch. You
Brand
know what
new
I mean?
logo and name for it and everything.
Like just really supporting the curvier girls. You know what I'm saying? Like this.
There's a reason why she's so juicy.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
This beer's like
Because she drinks Juicy Lucy.
Jesus,
Yeah, it's a whole lot of rosy.
That's
Dude.
right.
It's a whole lot of rosy. It's a Juicy Lucy, baby.
Dude, we're killing it with
Actually,
the advertising and
there's
the
a
business ideas
a
here,
cigar
man.
called Juicy Lucy, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Drew Estate makes it. I think that's...
Man.
Yeah. So anyway,
that's the name
if
of
you were to crack me like one of those and I drink it, you're like, holy fuck, that's a good beer. You know what I mean? Or like a pocket knife. And then I crack this, I'm like, okay, this is good. Like it's good, but it's not like it doesn't take your breath away.
Yeah.
It doesn't blow your socks off.
Yeah, but I think this is. But I think if like someone is in the middle of the road and they're still dabbling in like an IPA or
the doubles
or get
and
a
New
better
Englands
idea
and-
what
Yeah,
a New
this is-
England
this is-
style
this is a good-
tastes like.
This is a good
it.
stepping stone. Yeah, 100%. I think this is good. Kudos to them.
I'll follow you with the 3.5. That's definitely a great rating for this. Like I said, a little bit higher on the scale over that.
Yeah,
But overall, this is a decent double IPA. If you had to pick it up really quick and you're running last minute, that's definitely one I would pick up.
yeah, 100%. I agree. Jason, Simon.
I mean, again, for me, it's a 5-point rating system, so 2.5 is like average for me. So I'm gonna say like 2.75 because it's like slightly better than average. It has a lot of alcohol content, which is good, and I don't taste that. But yeah, I mean, it's not like overly. I mean, I like really danky, juicy,
Cat piss.
stinky, cat piss like IPAs, and I mean, if you don't like that stuff, this is a great IPA for
Yeah,
you.
it
You
is.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so this is where I'm at.
It's like watching a horror movie. This is a thriller horror movie. This isn't going to hit you with the gore. This isn't.
Yeah, this is one of those. It's the psychological thrillers that you're just
Yeah.
sitting there like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen
yeah.
next? Like,
For 34 beers from this brewery, and we had 3 of them, I think they're.
I would try more.
they're doing all right.
I would try more.
I think they're
I will
definitely doing
have
all
more
right.
This
from
beer
them.
actually has like if you look on Untappd, it's like close to a 4 the overall score.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so there a lot of people like this beer.
Yeah, I'm with him. I'm with
Yeah.
him on it.
Yeah.
Nick, where you at?
I'm going 3.75 on this one.
There you go.
For me, like, I like the super dank, the super hop forward doubles, and I love those kinds of beers.
I could bring some of those for you. Trust me.
I love those kinds of beers. I'm giving it the 3.75 because it is that beer that I wish was there when I started getting into the craft beer and the double IPA scene. It's so easy to drink, so smooth to drink, and for some, if you'd be going to somebody who isn't a craft beer fan and give them this, is be like, hey, try this, see what you think. This is that one to go to.
All right.
So yeah, I'm 3.75 for me on Misery Whip.
Here is your here. All right. Now I know we say a lot that the godfather of craft beer in our area is Yuengling. I think when it comes to the godfather of craft beer who actually take themselves as a craft brewery and act like a craft brewery and treat themselves like a craft brewery,
on top of the can.
The crown goes to these guys.
It is
Yes,
it is
definitely.
white too, so I mean,
for how big they're getting, for how
Trogs is getting huge.
for how big they're getting, for how popular they're getting, they still
Yes.
respect themselves as a craft brewery, and they still show lots of love and support to
They're
other
humble.
breweries.
Very much so.
Yeah,
they're
so
very humble.
So Trogs is very high on my list of companies and breweries that I will always support and I will always be a fan of. And we are going to drink some Golden Things. So this can has a three-eyed cat on it.
It's like a three-eyed, like saber-toothed tiger.
Probably my
Oh.
favorite can art by Trogs. This can.
Dude, it's
Yes.
like a cat. It's like a three-eyed cat with like ram horns.
Yeah,
too.
it's a sick. I
It's
want
like-
this on a shirt.
It's like with antlers.
Yeah,
and
Trogs.
two.
What can you do for
Wow.
that one? Can we get shirts made of the golden thing?
Like I have a giant nimble can sticker. I
Okay.
would like, and the fact that you can't even take the
No, that's like
label
it's like an actual like
Yeah.
full
They
can.
they
something
print
such
it
a
like printed
fucking
can.
such a cool can. I like it a lot. So this is a dry hop dippa,
Da dippa.
brewed with lemon drop hops, handcrafted by Trogs. All right, golden hops. I don't think I've had the golden hops yet. To be honest.
Golden thing.
The golden things, yeah.
So Golden Thing is a double IPA by Trogs, clocking in at 8.2% alcohol by volume. Hunting the fields during a hop harvest, we were stopped in our tracks by the otherworldly lemon notes of a hop called Lemon Drop. We just had to build a beer around it. Our hop cyclone circulates Lemon Drop's citrusy oils through Golden Thing, and dry hopping with Lemon Drop and Centennial leads to juicy layers of fresh lemonade, pine sap, and sweet citrus.
God damn.
Oh, baby.
Putting their dick in it.
Mm.
Smooth, juicy,
Dick dipping.
citrusy, lemony, refreshing, clean is what we're getting here on the profile. I have not checked this in. I have not had a Golden Things yet.
I will say this for me. Backstory: when they first came out with this late summer, this was my go-to.
Really?
This was like the one that I was like all over and all about.
The only thing on this beer, without tasting it yet, that I may not be a fan of up front is the dryness, but we'll see. That's my early prediction that if it does take points off, it may be for that reason.
Okay,
It is a little bit dry.
I've actually had this before.
I have it. Like I said, I have as well many times.
I wasn't wrong.
What's up?
I wasn't wrong.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like, Nimble Giant from Trogs is, like, awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, I've had that on tap at my house before.
Perpetual ale's good.
Yeah, and Perpetual's, like, a pretty just, like,
Nugget nectar.
solid, middle-of-the-road, like, go-to.
Yeah,
like,
Perpetual is the one
IPA.
that you tell people like they want to get like into like the solid IPA group.
Yeah.
You send them to Perpetual.
But, man, Nimble Giant, that's banging. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I love that one.
I'll tell you, I'm going to go a deep cut here. Flying Mouflon, the barley wine, way back in the day.
I don't think I've had that.
Dude, I drank that in college the one time. I was like, I loved it. They're
Really?
like, oh, I think it was like either Nugget Nectar or another one that they had. It's like, the description was, imagine this beer and push it over the cliff with all these hops and everything else. It was a dark beer. It's definitely one of my favorites. Now they switched it to a seasonal, and
Yeah.
now no, it's like a one-off every once in a while. They used to make it more seasonally when Trogs had like a good line. Like
Yeah.
they had they had the one where it was like the compass, and it was like you're out to sea. It was like a Baltic porter or whatever. Then they had the Bock, which is like the light version
yeah.
of Mad Elf, and then the Mad Elf, which basically like I'll tell this story then too. Our my one college roommate, I'm like, yo, first snowfall, because I had a whole case of it in the back of my car. First snowfall, we're breaking it out. We're gonna have a few. It's like, okay. So first snowfall goes. I go, oh shit. Guess what I'm doing? I put my moccasins on, ran out to the car, got the case, shot right out, and we freaking ended up drinking a few of them. We were flying. We were so warm.
I like Mad Elf.
I love Mad Elf.
That was a wild night too.
My go-to, so the one beer that Trogs does that I will always hunt after is their Fest Lager.
Their Fest Lager.
Their Fest Lager. This past fall, I had it in their anthology series.
Okay.
A very smooth and earthy lager, and
nice.
I'm a lager fan, and I base lagers off of Yingling Lager.
Yeah.
All right, like that Yingling Lager is my
We had
go-to.
from them?
What?
When we went with the Budwashers.
Trogs.
That was a good lager.
I know what you're talking about. It's something.
It's not bottled or canned. It's only
no.
there.
It was a scratch series. It was a scratch.
I'll tell you
series
what. I'm going to be honest. A reason to go to Trogs. Not only is the building beautiful,
The building's beautiful.
the food is
the
fantastic.
snacks, the popcorn is. The
But
popcorn's out of this
their
world.
scratch series that you don't get to even taste that's not bottled that they only make on tap on draft
Or on site, yeah.
are fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah,
There's some sleepers in it. They made a lager the one day we were there. It had a weird name like the All Day Lager or something like something.
It was something with time. I forget. I know exactly what you're talking
had
about.
3 of
'cause
them.
Yeah, that was good. That was
So
really
good.
I try to go to Trogs like once a month just to see what they have on their scratch series, just because like it's so off the wall stuff stuff that you can't get anywhere else.
And like go ahead.
And it's always a fun time, and it's great food, phenomenal beer because they always have their go-tos on tap there too.
Oh,
So
definitely,
it's,
yeah, and they
like,
get the fun with the experiment, and
Definitely.
like even with like the food then too. Like my one buddy actually works as the head chef there then too, and it's always it's funny because like I go, hey man, he's like, oh shit, how are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm doing okay, you know, like we kind of catch up there, and like he makes a lot of the food items then too. Head chef for Trogs, he's kicking ass. So
these badges on Untappd are a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
I'm still very new to Untappd.
He had his very first check-in on Tap was at this table
Last weekend.
Yeah.
Whenever I see the badges, man, I get a hard on, man. I'm
Yeah.
like, hell yeah.
Are you checking in from the podcast table?
I am.
Oh no, can we do that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
location.
That
Yeah.
finally
we've
came,
been
Yeah.
I didn't notice
know
that last week.
yeah.
I noticed that this
I'll
week.
do that. Yeah.
It's
This
about
week-
like
this week I
5
started
shows,
doing it.
right?
Yeah.
Like the past 5-6 shows.
Right
I
before
think.
right before he was able to stop coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had asked about that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we got
actually
it
happened.
made. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna give my score here, and kind of right where I was sitting, where I thought going into it, where I may be hesitant is the dryness, and it does hinder the beer further for me. You drink it and it's just that dry. If I would be interested to see what this beer would be if it didn't have that dry hop, where it would just kind of let it be what it was with the lemon and stuff.
Right.
I don't hate it, but it definitely hurts it for me. It would be if this was on the shelf next to some of the other Trogs products, I would buy it because of the label, but I would probably now after having it, it would be one it'd be like a one and done, or if it was available, I would drink it, but it'd be something I would probably go to one of their other products next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, because of the dryness to it. That being said, I'm still going 3.25. I think that's a fair score. I do still enjoy it, but the dryness definitely does take. I think if that didn't have the dry, and I just really got that hop and that lemony, I would. This could even possibly be a 4 for me, but that dryness does take it away a little bit.
Now, like with me, we had 2 beers back to back with like Centennial hops, and like you're saying about the dryness, and that even a little bit of the Misery Whip kind of tastes a little bit dry then as well.
Yeah,
Versus like what other hop combinations?
that's really dry though.
Other combinations that we had. Honestly, like if they would have did it with a totally different hop that really like emphasized, or they did it straight up like double, like even do a double with it with like just lemon drop. Now, I think it would actually be pretty fucking wild.
I mean, and we're not breweries, so maybe
Yeah.
the reason they did it the way they did it, and who the fuck are we? But we're just giving it from our our point of
But
view.
like, I feel like that there could be, if you really want, Centennial Denali hops in this too, and Lemon Drop.
Yeah,
Denali's one that would be, I would probably go maybe even Eureka, because Eureka is a really wild hop to roll with. Because I tried it with when Sol was still a thing. They had it on the one beer, but I'm gonna go with you, Tony. I'm gonna give it a 3.25. Like, it is a little bit juicy, but I think they could really squeeze out the juice on this one. No pun intended.
All right, Jason.
I mean, I had this before. It was I rated a 3.5. I mean, it's good. I mean, still, like I said, that Nimble Giant. I mean, if that was available now, I'd get a keg of it.
That's like the
I
seasonal.
like it, yeah.
That's like the seasonal.
Yeah, they do it like once a year. It's a really good beer. That's my favorite from them, and then Mad Elf. But
that new one they just made is really good. That
the
Twisted or whatever.
The other one that's pretty good is that what is it? Fresh Cut, I think it's called.
First Cut.
Yeah,
First
that
Cut.
one-
What's
First
the
Cut,
what's
yeah.
the
First
newest
Cut.
one?
That one's
Haze
pretty good,
Charmer.
too, Yeah.
Huh?
Haze Charmer's the
Charmer.
newest
I
one.
haven't
That
had
one,
that
that
one
one's
yet.
phenomenal.
That's really good.
No, I haven't had
They
that
have that in their 15 pack, their summer pack.
one. Oh, cool.
So their 15 summer pack includes their Perpetual, the Haze Charmer, Field Study.
The wheat, probably the wheat beer.
Yeah, their summer pills and
Dreamweaver.
No,
No,
it's not Dreamweaver. It's the Sunshine Pills.
Sunshine Pills. Yeah.
Sunshine Pilsner and their When in Doubt Stout.
I never had that one.
So yeah, there's it's
When in doubt,
the-
whip it
yeah
out.
Hell yeah, baby.
those 15 packs we do have them at the Beer Shack as well.
Cool.
They're there to grab and to come and buy.
I'll tell you what, man. They are definitely the king of the mountain when it comes to the craft beer scene. Trogs. And listen, man. Every single interview that I've done a few interviews now, talking to different breweries and talking to different companies and just talking to people in general. Trogs, man, they take care of people. They're a good company, man, and they're just really cool with people. Like, if you're about that life where you like to support somebody for a more of a reason, then Trogs has got to be that reason, man. They do a really good job with that. They help out so many up and coming breweries. It would be really cool to really sit down and talk to them and tell my story to them, my Trog story. While Ben's pouring here, I'll kind of do a segue. So on our other channels, we've been doing unboxing videos. We do the wrestling show. We do 2 different wrestling boxes, subscription boxes, and we unbox them and tell you and show you what we got on Facebook Live. For Not Cool in High School, we do Fright Crate, and we do Video Games Monthly, and then we'll probably do some Snack Crates soon too. We do those unboxings. I just subscribed to a subscription box for Banging Beers podcast. It's called First Sip Brew Box. It's out of
Ooh.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and
I did see that. Yeah.
they get
Pretty warm.
yeah, they are getting a little warmer. We'll speed it up here. They do, like, if you get a box, there's 3 different subscription levels. It goes from 30 to 60. They have T-shirts or exclusive T-shirts. They do koozies, coasters, glassware, and they get glassware and stuff from breweries all over the world.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can get a box, and one day you might get a glass from Trogs or a T-shirt from Trogs. You don't know what you're gonna get, and so it's kind of cool. So
It's like a wacky raffle.
yeah, so we're gonna see, and it's all beer related. So we can definitely see what the box is all about, and we're gonna start doing unboxings for Bangin Beers. We're gonna join the unboxing world. But all right, let's get into this because it is getting warm in here, and the beers are getting warmer quicker.
My Golden Thing review.
Oh, go ahead.
Real quick. This is a 4 for me.
A 4?
So yeah, this was my end of the summer through whenever it
'cause
was.
You're new to the craft scene.
Within the past year. So
Yeah.
within the beginning of last summer, before then I dabbled a little bit here and there,
Yeah.
Trogue, 1787, stuff like that. I became a quick fan of the double dry hopped.
Good for you.
I love the dryness of it. It's one of those, that's always
Where do you have
the go-to.
the quadruple dry hop? I've had those, yeah.
You need a drink after it.
Yeah.
It sucks all the moisture out of your
good
mouth.
stuff.
We had
yeah,
frickin'
for Golden Thing, that's a
quads and
4.0
all.
for me.
All right, Creek Surfer. The cover looks like a guy going down an orange river, which immediately takes me to Gerardville. Yeah, fucking wow. I'm not.
It was like us going down the Skook the other week.
You need to learn how to laugh again. We gotta. All right, 11 check-ins.
Hey, don't blame the drifter because he would always do that all the time, and it would be fucking hilarious.
I don't know who the drifter is.
The
Anyway,
drifter is a guy at work that I used to work with.
no one here knows that.
I don't know what you do for work.
Exactly. Like, don't blame me. Blame a guy that you don't know that I'm destroying your ears and your earphones. 11 check-ins, 389 average, 4,262 check-ins. It averages a 369. It's a 6.3 tropical IPA.
Way to take the wind out of my sails with the Creek Surfer, Tony.
I knew you were gonna fucking cry about it
Then why do you continue to do it?
because it makes me entertained that you fucking cry about it. All right,
It is pretty funny
drink your beer.
how much you get upset about that,
The,
too.
the one episode I said, he goes, "Oh, you're gonna go." I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna cry?" He goes, "Fine, I won't." And then I read the next one. He's like, yeah, fucking beaker over here.
Cry me a river to go down in the creek surfer, all right?
I can talk about this beer because, like, I can
tastes
tell
like
you
cat
right
piss.
now, this beer tastes a little styrofoamy at the moment because it's getting warm, you
Yeah.
know. But I love this beer. I mean,
This tropical really comes out.
this is my second favorite beer from Rusty Rail. First is Multi Gigantic, and this is my second. And I've had this beer on tap at my house. I mean, it's awesome. When I saw it in the store right away, my first question was, "Are you guys kegging this?" No, because of everything that's going on. You know,
Yeah,
you can't get kegs
yeah.
right
Oh,
now.
yeah.
I'm like, fuck, you know. So
Wow.
I mean, I really like this beer a lot, but. I mean, I've had a lot of this beer. And
What about this beer do you like?
I don't know. I think it's like that really big, like, mouthful, like,
Yeah.
taste. But, like, right now, it's getting to be a little funky because it's getting to be so warm, you know? So when I taste it now, and I've had a lot of it.
I still think a lot of flavors there.
Yeah, it's a big mouthful. But when I taste it, I get a little, like, kind of styrofoamy taste.
I don't get that.
Yeah, well... It's good. I mean, for this is like a 4.25 for me. I mean,
Very-
I do love
Very interesting.
Love
It's a
this beer, yeah.
6.3.
I
And
know.
he gave it.
I know.
And should I spoil your rating on this? And are you going to give the same rating?
Well, yeah,
for it
it's
too?
a 4.25. Yeah, I
he
just
said
said
that.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry about
I
that.
love
Wow.
it. I mean, you know,
I'm not hearing. Sorry.
no, I mean, and I'll tell you, Rusty Rail, they're fucking
They
awesome.
have great
man.
beers.
That is
Their location
Great
is
beers.
amazing. The sales rep there is like, dude, I saw the sales rep. I was out like driving
the
around.
guy with the mullet.
I don't know if he has a mall. I can't remember his name. Is it Dan or something?
Again. He did it again.
Is the sales rep's name
I don't know.
like Dan or something?
Andrew met him. Andrew met the sales rep at the Washington Hotel
Hotel.
in Minersville.
Really?
And he was like, "Yo, we do a podcast. Would you be interested?" And he goes, "Would you want a guy on your show with a mullet?" And he took his hat off and he had his giant mullet. And he goes,
That is awesome.
"He goes, can I fucking curse?" And Andrew goes, "Yeah, you just come to the table."
Yeah. No, I mean,
That is aw-
the sales rep's real cool. He drives around the
killing
one in my area when I go like to Bloomsburg and stuff. He drives in around a little. What's those Ford things that are kind of like the little like
The transit things?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
transits. Yeah, and it's plastered with like Rusty Rail shit on it, so you know
yeah.
it's that guy. And I'm like, dude, I got your beer on tap. I was like, how can I get a tap handle? He's like, hold on for a minute. He goes out this car, comes back, gives me a tap handle. He's like, here, take it. He's like, we appreciate, people like you who
Sweet.
buy
Oh,
our
yeah.
beer and support our beer and stuff like that.
Do you have his contact information?
Oh, I know who he is. I can get all that.
Yeah, he would be cool.
Yeah.
He'd be a cool guest once this
Oh,
COVID
yeah,
thing ends.
definitely he would be, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but Rusty Rail has always been really
When
good.
Austin comes home, when Austin comes home, hopefully by July, we're able to go to bars and enjoy life again. Liquid Noise is definitely on our trip list. We're gonna do liquid,
Yes.
but Rusty Rail.
Oh yeah, the place
So-
is beautiful.
So we're gonna try to get a group of us
beautiful.
to go.
And Fog Monster is another one from
Oh,
them.
Fog
that's good,
Monsters
yeah.
is go-to.
So this is something that I'm putting together. Andrew put a lot of input into this as well, but he has a guy who knows he has a business where you can rent a bus and they'll drive you around
Oh,
and do
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So what
Like
I'm
Bangin' Beer's
A
bar
party
tour.
bus, yeah.
yeah. So what I'm thinking about doing is
Bangin' Beer's brewery tour.
yeah, like a brewery tour and just do like the podcast. We won't record or anything, but we'll get a group of people like, hey, your ticket would cost this much.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, just to get on the bus, and obviously
Sure.
you have to pay your way to breweries, and
Right.
maybe the first couple times just kind of go hey, we're gonna come here, kind of contact them, say we're a podcast, we're gonna be bringing a group of people. Can we make a reservation or something like that? But maybe we can turn it into something bigger. You know what I mean? Maybe we can do like every maybe once a month or once every 2 months, just do like a tour. and we see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Then that can be
And
something.
then it becomes a lucrative business that we can all do.
And
Or
you
be
could
part
still.
of.
you
I'm
could
not looking
still-
to do a business. I'm just
Yeah.
looking.
I'm just saying, though, it's a cool thing.
I'm just looking to get people from School County who typically wouldn't travel to outside breweries to Harrisburg and areas like that because of the fact that us people from School County can drink, and we're not going to drive 2 hours and get fucked up and then drive home.
No, I get that.
But they really want to.
Harrisburg's 40 minutes for me, dude.
But they really want to experience these beers, so we can definitely.
No, I get that.
Do something. You
Oh
know?
yeah, that'd be killer.
Yeah.
But it could be something that could turn out to something a little bit more.
And it
you
would
know
be,
what I mean?
it would
But-
be. Well, if it does, it does. But that's not my goal going into it. But
But most of this, you could still podcast and do it from the bus. So
Oh, no.
like,
No way.
You
Nope.
you could do
I
it
already,
kind of a deal.
I already know by the third brewery, I would fucking want to throw everybody out the window because they'd be doing in the fucking mic like this psychopath. I would fucking I'd shut it down. I'd shut it off. I would just get fucking. We've done like the live stream you watched.
Yeah.
The whole time I'm there, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking shoot myself. Everyone's screaming into the mics. I'm like, this is gonna be a pain in the nuts to edit. Like, I there's no way I'm getting a bus full of people that are
I
drunk
will say
idiots.
live it was really good.
Yeah,
What we could do is do Facebook Live from each brewery.
maybe that would be more.
That would be more apt to it.
Yeah,
And
I wouldn't bring all my fancy equipment on a bus full of drunk idiots
from the Skook.
from the school because if this breaks, we're done. The podcast is over because I don't have money to replace it. Like just as simple as that. So I definitely it would just be an experience to say, hey, we're gonna bring a bus full of 30 people to a brewery and let them make money. That's my overall
awesome.
goal.
That'd be awesome.
That's my overall goal.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I really like this beer. I gave it a 4. I'm not going to dive into it because Jason pretty much said
Yeah,
everything
I mean, I
said.
think when you taste it, you should keep in mind that as you taste it now, if it was colder, it tastes even better.
If
you know?
this was fresh out of an ice cooler,
it's
it would
getting
be-
a little too warm at the moment.
Yeah, I do like them a little warmer because I think more of the flavor profile comes
No,
out.
it's definitely coming out. Yeah.
Damn. Throw that in the freezer for a couple seconds.
All right.
Or a minute or two.
Well, I can grab one of the other ones if
Yeah,
you want to do
so-
one of that.
Yeah, you pick one out.
Yeah, sure.
So my Creek Surfer review is a 4.
Yeah.
So I never really was like the all-time super New England style fan. I've become more apt to it from A, working at the Shak, and B, listening to you guys watching your podcast and picking up some of the beers that you guys are drinking. And it's one of those like I've become a fan of. So for me, the Creek Surfer is a solid 4 for me. Like you definitely get a lot of the tropical notes. Like it feels like you could be drinking this going down the river, all like a couple of them down the river, and you're good to go.
He pulled out the one beer that I can't pronounce.
Apple cider, nectarine, vanilloche spoken.
I'm sure you got close.
Where did you get this at?
This is Abomination Brewery.
Oh,
Collaboration, it looks like, right?
It is. Yeah.
The can art, I'm already telling you right now. That
the can art is nuts.
That all right. I feel like this is so. We just added a new category to the episode last week.
Can art.
I feel like this cannot be in the running for can art of the night, only because it was just added.
Like if it was in the beginning.
Oh, listen, it's not even the competition. It's not even the competition.
Yeah, you're
Sam,
right. You're right.
Sam
Yeah.
wins all day long.
Yeah, you're right.
But this I'll tell you right now, that's getting pulled off the can and put on the table. That's a great can art. That's fucking awesome. So this is really cold.
Well, before you do that, I didn't get my rating.
Go ahead.
Okay. I would probably follow along with you guys because I'm the follower. Definitely that would be a 4 because it tastes like a big double New England IPA and it's tropical. But it clocks in at 6.3 and it has that. It doesn't sacrifice flavor to the actual beer itself. That's pretty solid. I have to agree with you guys. It's definitely a 4 category beer, especially for how lower ABV for how it tastes and how it's presented. Wow, pretty good. Good job.
All right. I know in your brain what we were trying to say, but you fell off a little bit there. You got. You petered out on us. You want to read this one off?
The only time I did. You can read it off. I don't care.
All right, hold on. He's borrowing my phone.
All right, so I kind of like
You're falling
Shit
behind.
the bed, yeah.
Yeah, you're falling
Shit the
behind.
bed on this one.
I got it.
I'm going to be really quick.
All right,
Good, Tony.
Abomination Brewing Company. This is the long name one with the devil on it.
Apple
I even know
cider
how to pronounce this
nectarine,
one.
vanilla.
You're like
Spoken.
conjuring.
I don't know any
Satan
German,
as
and I feel like that
as
you
you
need-
do
you
that.
need-
You know what I
You need to
mean,
know
right?
German. You need to know German to be able to pronounce this can.
I feel like this beer, if I
I
read
pulled it up, by the way. I got it.
Go ahead. I feel like if you read this beer, it's like Evil Dead, where all of
Yeah,
a sudden
well, that's it's
The
like the
Necronomicon.
Necronomicon.
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Necronomicon shit. Where
I gotcha.
we're gonna be fucking.
Did you get this from the brewery? An abomination.
No,
I
Or-
actually got it from the one guy who's part owner.
and he's also part of the what's it called?
12% beer
12
project.
protect. Yeah. 12% beer
Oh,
project.
Apple Cider Nectariner Vanillage Oak Spoken IPA is a American
Heidi's
IPA.
literally sitting in the hallway laughing with white eyes, spit with her head spinning around. I'm gonna need to,
American
I'm gonna shoot her with a
IPA.
shotgun.
that clocks in at 7% alcohol by volume. It is a collaboration beer from Abomination with Dugas Brygery. Our pals from Sweden came to the good old U.S. of A. and brewed an exciting new collab with us at 12% Beer Project's North Haven facility. Apple Cider Nectariner Vanillage Old
Just-
Spoken
we got you,
IPA.
just-
This beer is vegan, sitting at 7%. This hazy IPA is loaded with a ton of vanilla oranges, nectarines, and ghosts.
It literally, when you smell it, it smells like an orange creamsicle.
Yeah, you definitely get the vanilla and the orange right off the bat.
It
Yeah.
smells like an orange creamsicle.
very faint, but it's very pleasant at the same time too.
Very faint.
I at least I pick
Oh
it
no,
up.
this is like it's
I'm
it's
beeping.
straight
I'm
up orange
burping up
creamsicle, yeah.
brisket right now, so it's. All right, let me get this in me.
Okay, all right, huh? Okay,
Having a cold beer.
pretty
tastes-
good, pretty
yeah.
good.
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 It's good. Let me tell you a story.
Oh, God, God.
Why do I sound like Curly from the Three Stooges?
It's nice to have a cold beer. We
Yeah.
have a couple of these warm ones here.
I can bring another one if you want. There's plenty more in there.
very,
I brought.
yeah, man, very vanilla. I get a lot of vanilla.
Yeah,
I get a lot of
yeah.
orange.
A lot of vanilla and orange, yeah.
I normally am not a fan of orange flavor. I'm going to be honest.
I like orange.
I like eating oranges, but sometimes orange
I don't like eating
flavoring.
oranges.
Sometimes it goes over the top with the orange flavoring.
Yeah.
I don't think it like some breweries.
I like this.
in a way. Like it doesn't taste like orange, like the way that like breweries do like blueberry. I think orange is the same way. Like it fits in that category. If somebody says, "Oh, I brewed this with oranges," and I don't taste like really any oranges with it, I'm gonna be like, "Nope." I'm not gonna lie, and somebody brewed it with blueberries, like Logyard just said flat out, "All right, cool, we did it with blueberries, and I taste blueberry. I'm definitely giving it a little bit higher score just because I taste those fruits." But clocking in at 7%. I mean, this is definitely not bad. This is actually like if you just want a little flavoring to your beer on, a hot summer day. This is definitely one to actually look for, believe it or not.
This is one to end the night on. Like when you're sitting by the campfire, hanging out,
You know what?
doing whatever you're doing.
I agree with
It's
that.
like it's like an orange creamsicle. You can hang out and
That's fucking,
have
that
like
can art
one
is
or two of these,
gorgeous.
and you're good to go.
Actually, let me pull that back up real quick. So this is a collaboration with. Let me give some. So Abomination Brewing Company. They are a Untappd brewery out of North Haven, Connecticut. I thought they were always out of Pennsylvania. I never knew that.
You know,
They were
that's
from
where
East
12%
Stroudsburg.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
12% up
They
there.
were always from East Stroudsburg.
So,
and they moved.
They moved. Well, Josh moved.
yeah, Josh moved, and he is actually working for 12% now. And Joe, who I got the beer from, he still lives in East Stroudsburg.
Okay,
But he plans to move to Connecticut as well.
Really?
Yeah, the whole operation.
dude, my dad has so much access to their beer because he's where he's at in New York. Yeah.
Right.
And then this is a collaboration with I'm sorry, Dungy's Briery, Dooges Briery,
Yeah.
Bridery.
Yeah, it just looked like someone punched their keyboard. And they're out of, once again, not even going to try to pronounce it, but they're out of Sweden.
Vastra, go.
Yeah, that's cool.
Sweden.
Go
Yeah.
to Lands.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Across the
Sweden.
pond.
he can the beer shack can actually get this beer. I can give them the information to get
Oh, really?
Yeah, because this is the same place that I just sent up to the
cake
keg
stand.
stand.
So
Okay.
real quick,
and
I do want to give Jason some props here. So what Jason's doing is he made contact with 12% Beer Project, and that connection that we're trying to do. Not only we're trying to do beer reviews. Maybe listen, there may be a time we review your beer and maybe don't give you the score you want to hear. But what we're trying, our overall goal to our project here and to this podcast is give honest, everyday, like we are part of the IWEP network, which is the main podcast I do called Interviews with Everyday People. So we try to give an everyday person point of view on topics, whether it be professional wrestling, we're not journalists, we're not professional breweries, we're not people who know everything about the topic we do, but we're people who punch a time clock every day. We work a 40-hour job, and we spend our hard-earned money on a product, and we want to talk about it in an honest light. We're not trying to be fun. We're not trying to be edgy. We're not trying to be dicks. We're just giving an honest review to an everyday person of what we think about your product.
That's all that really matters.
But another thing we're trying to do as well is that we are trying to get more of this product in our area. So what Jason's doing really cool on forefront in the project on this is he's contacted this 12%, which is Abomination and a lot of different other breweries like Nightmare.
it's like Hoof Hearted, it's Nightmare Brewing, it's Abomination.
And he's trying to bring them into
that'd be great, yeah.
He's trying to bring them into the loop of Pennsylvania. So like contacting you with the Beer Shack, the Craft House in in Minersville, the cake stand in Monty City. We're trying to get these beers. We're not trying to overrun Pennsylvania breweries. We're just trying to make it. And listen, if we can find a distributor that can get us Tattered Flag in our area, or get us this in our area, or get us that, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build those connections, or do tap takeovers at bars. Like the Black Diamond in Frackville has already said, like, let's do a collaboration where we can get a brewery here, they can do a tap takeover, and they can bring a bunch of beers, and a bunch of people from Frackville can come in and try all these beers. Like, that's what we're trying to bring the craft beer scene to people in our area. And if this way we can turn it and then turn into more of a you can't make a change if you start in your backyard. You can't, you know what I mean? A ripple effect has to start here, and then it gets bigger. So we're throwing a rock in a pond in our neighborhood, and we're watching the ripple grow. Our ripple's very small.
I will say this: it is growing very much so.
Yeah.
From when you guys started, it is growing very much so.
And we're not even at our 2-year mark.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean?
It's great.
So we are trying to do some cool stuff here, and it could just be like, oh, these idiots are just doing beer reviews. What do they know? But we are trying to make some good impacts here. So, I mean, Abomination is something where I've always been a fan of their art. I'm always been a fan of their beers. Same with Nightmare. Our logo is done by the Nightmare artist, which is awesome. Like our brand new logo, which you can buy in our merch store. Check that out. But like
shameless plug.
But a huge shout out to Jason for doing what he's doing there by making that connection and trying to get it into more places in our backyard.
Did I see that he does tattoos too?
Oh, Sam?
The dude that
the Defame guy.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if he tattoos.
Or,
his art might be used in tattoos.
Okay.
But
all right,
he's done art.
That might have
for,
been what I've seen then.
I'm not a big heavy metal guy, so maybe you can speak to some of the bands he's done. He's done art for a lot of different bands. He's done art for Past Blue Ribbon. He's done art for
Gate Creeper's pretty big. He did artwork for them.
He's done art for Past Blue Ribbon twice. He's done art for
he does all the Nightmare Brewing art.
All Nightmare Brewing
like
company
he's
art.
the sole artist for Nightmare Brewing.
And he's done art for Zero Skateboards and Creature Skateboards as well.
Which is
you can just throw it back in the can
as well, yeah.
All right, there's definitely going to be a sacrifice here.
Oh boy. Why don't you go? Oh no, I can't. Oh no.
That's a big sacrifice there. On the table with a sticker.
I'm keeping the whole name on there too because I like the
yeah.
name. I feel like we're gonna conjure spirits
Swedish.
with that thing. Yeah.
The Swedish.
That's such a cool devil-ass logo.
That is so awesome.
Sam, you made the table. I think Sam has been on our table more than anybody. He's right here. He's right here. He's up there.
Yeah.
I know that one's Henzi.
Yeah, Henzi is that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say Abomination really
Dude, their art is fucking amazing.
That is killer.
And then a lot of their stickers. We walk at the Brewfest. If I say I had a bromance with anyone at Brewfest that day, I don't even remember who I talked to. I mean, but we had a great conversation with them at their tent that day. They were super cool dudes.
Those guys have been so nice. I mean, I don't know how many shirts that I've gotten from them. I mean, for free, glasses. I mean, they're great guys. I mean,
once I stop spending money on the podcast, I will definitely be buying Abomination merch.
yeah.
Hell, I actually gave them some beer because I really liked them from that time when I was at the third Brew Fest. Like, there's a good
I like
reason.
their beer.
Yeah,
I really like this. Is a solid beer. Did I score this? Did I give it my score?
Dude, I
No,
had
no one gave
anybody-
their score.
Yeah, nobody did. Yeah, we just got
Sorry.
talking in circles here.
Go ahead, Nick. You give your score on this
nothing
one
wrong
first.
with that.
So my first of
Sometimes.
the Abomination with the Swedish name, we'll just stick with that one.
Apple cider nectarine,
That one.
Villageois spoken IPA.
A 3.5.
3.5.
A 3.5. It's nice and juicy. Nice, good mouthfeel to it. Not over the top with anything that's not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
It was a very solid New England style.
Just because I'm trying to protect that the fours. I think 4 and up should be protected for me. That's my new scoring system. I'm very close to it though. So I'm going 3.75, but I'm very close to a 4 on this beer. I think the only thing that might hold it back is I love oranges, but I'm not a huge orange drink flavor. Like
No, I
orange,
get you,
I like
yeah.
orange juice, but like orange flavored things, I have a hard time with. That's the only thing that holds us back. But besides that, this is a fantastic. If I would say this is one of the best orange creamsicle beers I've ever had, where it stayed true to a beer and not a juice.
Definitely. Definitely.
Fair enough, yeah. I'd probably float with the 3.75 as well.
Yeah.
That, like, it has that little bit of that orange. It's not overpowering with orange. Vanilla smooths it out a little bit. This is definitely not a bad beer to even give to somebody that is introduced in the craft either. This is actually a pretty decent one. Flavors, but yeah, 3.75 for me. That's what I'm going to stick with.
Oh baby. What's that? Oh, is that what we're doing?
Yeah,
here?
there's 2 of them that are on there.
This isn't the space race.
No, this is the Space Race, the double dry hop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Oh,
okay,
you're
I went for
showing
the wrong
him
one.
how to go about the check-in. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Abomination beer, I've actually had this before, and I mean, I gave it a 3.25. I mean, I like it a lot. It definitely has big vanilla and orange taste for me. I mean, it's a good IPA. I mean, it definitely is.
Yeah.
And like I said, Abomination, man, those guys have the presentation with their beer is phenomenal, and Joe and Josh have been very, very
Personality-wise,
nice to me personally. I mean,
Personality-wise,
they're awesome.
They're top notch.
They're
Yeah.
great guys, man. So I know I talked to Joe, and he said he'd be on the show, no problem.
Dude,
So,
I would
you
love
know.
to do.
And he actually offered to come down here and sit at the table.
if he's
with us.
down,
Yeah.
I'm down. If he really
Yeah.
wants to come down here, I'm
no,
100% down.
He said he would come down. Yeah, and
I would love to do. It just the way the COVID hit and you weren't able to make it.
Yeah.
That fog series would have been a great episode.
dude, the fog that
Yeah.
that is the coolest thing. They did this. It's called, I think, Into the Fog. So they did the same beer, but with
A different hop.
in every single beer. So it's like Galaxy hop, Simcoe hop, and they did like 6 of them. And it's the same beer. It just has a different hop in each beer.
Where I would have liked to do the episode is where I'm still learning of what that flavor profile is.
Right.
You taste them like, oh, that's what a Simcoe tastes like.
It's such an awesome idea.
Captain Lawrence does the same thing with their Orbital Tilt series.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that idea, and I did have some of those, and they were really good, man.
Yeah.
I think as far as Abomination goes, they were my favorite beers from them so far. But that Midnight Snack, oh man,
Good.
Yeah,
We do have a few
Jesus.
more sitting in the fridge that we will bust out very, very soon. Next week's episode, just to give you a spoiler, will be Tired Hands. We're doing all Tired Hands.
Yeah.
We also are gonna, even if it's just me and Ben, we'll figure something out. But we have a few beers in our fridge still. We're trying to clear out some like dessert style beers.
Right.
We are gonna record tomorrow night and upload that one on Wednesday because we really don't have. I don't think. Oh, maybe not. We'll figure it out. The episode will drop sometime this week, but it'll be like a halfway, maybe Friday or something. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, because I think there's more Abomination in there, but I think there's 2 other collabs in there that they did with people as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
That would have been good for the collab. It just sucks with the thing. You couldn't have sneaked them into the collaboration episode, but it is what it is. But we're on our last beer of the night. All right, we're good on time. We're about right where we should be. We're close to ending here.
Can always have another one.
Yeah, no, we're close. We could have another one up
hour and a half?
we're about an hour 45.
Hour 45.
Yeah.
So our last one is
Good
our
one.
last brewery. That's I guess technically the last one was not a PA brewery, technically anymore. Shirley's brewing
I think
company.
it's Surly.
Surly,
Yeah,
Surly
Surly.
Brewing Company Space Race. This is a double dry hopped hazy double IPA. So we're back in the hazies for you, brother.
Yeah, I know. This is my jam right here.
Another one.
Yeah.
Another one that's available at the Beer Shack.
Yeah, this is good. I like this one.
This is a double imperial IPA that clocks in at 9.5% alcohol by
baby.
volume. Great taste, hops and haze, heavy like you'd think it'd be. Perfect balance of bitter and sweet, citrusy, hazy, tropical, boozy, and full.
I like it. Hey, yeah.
Right to the point.
You know what?
Don't fuck around.
It definitely drinks like It definitely drinks like how it is, like a 9.5.
I like that.
That was the go. So the Abomination's not in the running tonight.
Okay,
we
that's
want to
fine.
stay with the Beer Shack.
That was our
that's
choose your
fine.
own adventure beer.
That was we wanted the
Our
chill
surprise
this one
beer.
up a little bit. Well, I think it was a good move. Chilling it up just
It
a
was.
hair was a good
It was.
move.
couple minutes in there.
Wow, that's a good fuck. Oh my god. I'm not saying anything. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to jinx anything. But that's a good fucking beer. Where are they out of? Let me pull that up.
Michigan.
They are out of Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Which,
another M, close enough.
Yeah. Let's just hope they're doing okay with everything going on over there right now.
Yeah, Brooklyn
Yeah.
Center, Minneapolis.
Let me drink this again before I give this score.
Oh baby. Here we go. He's formulating. The smoke's coming out of his ears and his headphones.
Oh boy.
I like that, Ben. What you did there, you cleared that dead air. You're learning. You're learning some things.
No,
Just gotta get you to stop.
I
Gotta
learned how to do it, but I have to. You got to give me the leeway, man.
You just can't make those fucking gurgling noises in the microphone. That's a fucking no-no.
Whoa, or drop your
And-
phone.
Yeah, or drop your phone off
drunk
your.
guy.
Or be David Lee Roth and bang on the table.
Yeah, right.
All right, I'll go first.
Hey, talk about love. David Lee Roth.
I'm protecting that 4. It's very close to 3.75. It's literally a hair away from being a 4. This is a good beer. I just don't think it. I don't think it's quite a 4 for me, but it's a very, very good beer. I like this a lot. That's my rant. I won't go super deep into detail and stuff in case one of you guys want to. Jason.
I like Surly. I mean, I've had their beer before. I think Shangy's brought them into the area.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I like this a lot. This is like a 4 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this is like.
Like I said,
the
it's
type of
close
beer
for
I
me.
like.
It's really close.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. I like their beer a lot. There was a couple I had from them. But yeah, I mean, dude, Shangy's like they brought a lot of stuff.
They've
here.
brought
I
a
mean,
lot of stuff in the area.
Three
I will say
Floyds toppling Goliath. I mean,
This
you know,
one.
Yeah.
Not that one.
Which one are you looking for, Nick?
That one are all from them. So
Yeah.
From
From
Shanky's,
Shanky's?
you mean?
yeah.
So visual. He said Logyard, Rusty Rail, and Shirley's are all Shirley.
Surely, yeah.
Surly.
Surly.
Yeah.
are all Shangy beers.
99% sure on this one.
All right, so real quick, how
Close.
does that work? So you have a Shangy's.
us.
Yeah, so people hear Shangy's.
Yeah,
which is
because like
So Shangy is a wholesaler.
give us a behind the scenes of how it
Behind the
works.
scenes of it for us at the Beer Shack. So the Beer Shack is a distributor. Okay, so we get our beer from a wholesaler, unless it's from. So Chatty Monks, we get straight from them because Jen is very good friends with the owner of them. We get our beer from Yingling straight from the brewery because it would be senseless. It would be senseless to go to a
realistically,
wholesaler.
just let me pitch something for you. So say Pillaroo opens their
yes.
Pillaroo or Tattered Flag
Yes.
or just say we'll stick with those two first. They want to sell your beer at the Beer Shack. They can contact you and say, "Hey, we can send you a case of cans." And then you buy at their price, and then you resell so you can make your
Correct.
money. Okay. So then, just another example, the 12% Beer Project. They contact you and say, "This is what we have. We can put it in your store."
Yeah.
Okay.
And a lot of times, like most of the stuff, it'll have to go through a wholesaler because that whole aspect of it on the business side, like I'm not sure about, but it kind of gets a little iffy with like the wholesaler or from the brewery for us.
So
as
from
a
our
distributor.
point of view, what would be the best? Would it be just be us like, hey, this place would be interested in selling your beer. Here's their contact information. Just move back.
It's really all about territory. It's about who has the rights to
it's all
distribute
iffy there.
in-
Yeah, that's
in
a
what
whole
county.
I hate
thing,
that.
yeah.
It sucks.
hate that.
It really does
Yeah.
suck. Because
It's like, it's like pro wrestling.
For
It's like the
us-
wrestling territories where you can't go in there and put a show on because that territory is owned by somebody else. But
Yeah.
if that somebody else has their hands in their pocket and they're not doing good, like for me, variety is king. Like, you want
Yes,
variety.
You do, and you want what will sell.
Yeah.
Like New Trail comes from Mid-State out of
Yes.
Williamsport, but I don't know how far they come down here.
Yeah.
Rusty Rail, I think, is Durdax, maybe. But he said he gets.
Well, no. Then that's where it's at. I was like, on that one.
Yeah. But Shangy's did. They brought like 3 Floyds to the area. They brought Toppling Goliath to the area.
They've brought Logyard to the area.
Yeah, so like but they've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And where are they out of?
They're like down near Allentown.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like Emmaus.
Yeah,
So
Emmaus.
how much?
I've
So
been around
for
there,
another
yeah.
thing that our podcast is doing is, like I said, we're everyday people. But like when we go and sit with a brewery, we learn more about how a beer is made, why it's made that way. You know what I mean? And that's another thing we're doing with like you guys. We're learning
Yeah.
more about the distribution. Like, listen, we're not trying to start a business. We're not. You know what I mean? We're not trying to get the blueprint. We're just trying to maybe give people an explanation of why they're like, why the fuck isn't this like? Because there's blue tape to it. You know? Yeah. But
You mean red tape,
I
not
mean,
blue tape, Tony.
it's weird.
Huh?
It's
You
all
mean red
about
tape, not blue
territory.
tape.
it
Yeah.
could be any color tape I want, as long as it's tape.
Fucking red tape, Tony. Come on, man.
No, I don't like red. Crips, baby.
We like blue.
No.
We like blue.
We're Crip walks over here. Look at he has his blue bandana on.
I have a blue hat on.
Yeah.
Like it was
Okay.
Where
like
you
it-
at, blood?
You have blue shorts on.
I have a whole red font on my shirt. But listen, don't tell nobody.
like
You have a blue shirt on too.
Yeah.
Like it's really weird. Like
Yeah.
so, like Sacco's in Berwick used to be the sole distributor for Old Forge in Danville.
Okay.
Sacco's went out of business, and Durdax bought all of that business. So now Durdax distributes Old Forge to the area.
Interesting.
The same with New Trail. New Trail used to go to actually. Sacco's would buy from Mid-State. It's such a You know,
You're like Charlie Day in the
yeah.
office with the ropes taped down.
yeah, dude, it's all about like this monopoly in this chain. It's all about territory and who is allowed to.
The wholesaling
distribute
industry
and
is
sell to.
it's a whole other animal.
It's crazy.
On top
It's
of
And we're
crazy.
just
Yeah.
beer drinkers. Like, why can't we get this?
Brett is a good person to ask about this stuff.
and
too,
Yeah.
it's one of those like, so if you come to the beer shack and you have a beer that you absolutely love and absolutely want to buy cases of that you just tasted somewhere, we will do our best to talk to our people that we know in wholesaling capabilities
To actually
get
get
it to us.
Cool.
Like I have a list of like 20 beers right now at the shack that we're like talking to different wholesalers, like saying like, hey, like, can you ship this to this person to get it to us? 'Cause we have like
what has been
X,
what has
YZ
been the
customers to get
craft
it.
what has been the craft beer scene for you guys in that area? Like, would you say it's getting more popular?
It's definitely picking up. I will say this. So Chatty Monks has picked up a lot in our
Okay.
in our close in area there. I think it's just because like the owner lives very close to us and he has a lot of friends in the area. New Trail in the past week.
Well, let Chatting Monks know we're interested.
Yes, Chatty Monks. Yeah, definitely. Podcast, we're good to go there.
I have a big Chatty Monk sticker. The only reason it's not here is because I had a huge open space, but we have a giant ass Chatty Monk sticker on this table.
Ooh, there we go.
Actually, I think I gave that to you.
Well, you did, and then somebody else gave me one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have 2 of them.
Another one that's going a lot right now is New Trail. I had a case and a half of.
They don't talk to us. We tried.
I know. So, but at the beer shack, I had a case. I had 2 cases of Rocksylvania that I had last week.
Yeah, I had that.
I have.
What's the new one? The hammock one.
I have that. at
I
my
don't have
house
that one
right
yet.
now.
Is it good?
I don't have that
It's
one
good,
yet.
Yeah.
I wanna
It
try
tastes
the
like
lager.
Cardinal Point.
I want to try the lager.
I
I
really
coulda
do
got
too.
that, yeah.
I really do too.
I-
But the Rocksylvania is selling like hotcakes. In the past week, I've gone through 2 cases. I have 2 4-packs left.
What's
Yeah.
that? What's the style of that Rocksylvania?
Off a whim, the Rocksylvania is a combo between the Broken Heels and the Gearhead. It's a smack in the middle between the two.
Yeah.
It's slightly hazy.
Real quick
it's
before we get
slightly
too
hazy,
far
but
into
slightly
this,
old
did
school.
everyone
It's
score?
really good.
Did everyone score their space race?
I mean, for me, it's
I
a 4
didn't,
for
but-
me. Yeah.
Yeah, I went 375. Ben,
I would give it a 3.75 too.
For me, it's a 3.5.
3.5.
3.5.
All right, we'll dive back into conversation here, but we are running a little long, and we still got to do the most important thing of the night.
The can art.
Nope. First, we're gonna do. Actually, we'll do can art first. We'll do our brand new category first.
Oh,
So
I'm not privy to
this
this.
is brand new. This is the
Brand
second
Brand new.
episode in. We're gonna do can art.
Can art of the night.
For me,
Jinx, double jinx.
for
triple
me,
jinx,
I'm
send
going
me a beer.
Trogs. That cat with the horns is cool as fuck.
Okay,
Let's get some on it. I have to drink that.
Jason.
You know, fuck it. I like the space race one.
Space race.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
space
sure.
race in the
In
running.
there, yeah.
Ben,
I don't know, something about like just simple can art for me.
yeah, log. I'm gonna. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Logyard.
Which one? Log. I do like log art.
Now let me
The
just
fuck am
ask
I
you
saying?
this. Let me just ask you this. So, would that affect my beer of the night then too?
No.
Okay.
No, it's
Can art
can
does not
art.
affect the beer. Of the
I
night. We
definitely
know that
say
one.
the Bucking Birch,
dark
just
with the-
because
with
the
the
dark with
orange
the
and-
orange, like it just
it stands out.
pops.
It's a great can. It's a very simple can. I
Yes.
like the art aspect. I like the drawing. So that's where everyone has their own fight. So you could either be the wild card or you can be the tiebreaker.
Ooh.
Nick from the Beer Shack. So if he doesn't vote for your beer, so it's his fault.
No, so for me, like I look at can art as the most artsy stuff. Like what when I'm walking through the aisle will pop to me as like that is an oddball out of the
I look
group.
at it as what would I wear in a T-shirt?
And for me, that's golden thing.
Golden things. I would
That's
also
golden
wear
thing.
that log yard is super simple. I would rock that in a shirt.
I would wear that. I would wear that as a
charcoal gray tea.
a charcoal gray tee
With the orange.
the
That-
orange
I'm
as
popping that.
up in the left side of your chest, and the whole logo on the back.
Yeah, that would definitely.
That is the
be
kind of
it.
shirt that I would wear off of them. These guys from Trogs with golden thing, I would wear that black T-shirt with just the logo on the front
Just
of it.
fucking
scream-
monster ass, yeah.
monstrous logo on that one.
I'm interested. Do they give credit to the artist on the can?
I don't know.
No,
I
they
didn't
don't.
see anything like that. No.
Interesting.
I think they have like one sole artist and then.
It's a great logo.
Mhm.
All right, so that's our can art of the night is the Golden Things Trogs. Let's put everything back in the lineup here. I'm going to take a quick picture of the can art of the night.
Can art of the night. That's a cool little category. Are we still going to keep honorable mentions?
What do you
Or
mean?
like we did the
No,
last
can
time?
art. Can art is can art.
No, but I'm just saying though, like we did our top 3 beers and then an honorable mention.
Well, yeah.
We'll see. We'll
Okay,
see how it goes.
fair enough.
All right,
Maybe.
so
See how you behave, Ben.
we'll see how you now. Listen, you know,
If you cry more, then maybe not.
for me, can art of the night would have easily went to Abomination, but I feel like that's stacking the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah,
yeah.
That was thrown in last minute because it was extra cold, and we wanted time for the shorter
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah. So beer of the night, Ben, you go first.
I gotta go with it because I really enjoyed that 100%.
I think you're on your own. So Ben went with the Bucking Birch Logyard Brewing Company.
that was just an awesome beer. I really liked that 100%.
Jason.
Creek Surfer without a
Creek Surfer.
Not even a doubt there. Sorry, Dan.
Yeah,
It's gonna
No,
go
don't
up
worry
there
about
anyways, Ben. So
I know.
don't worry about it.
Nick.
Fucking
I'm gonna go with Logyard.
Which
What?
one?
My Logyard Misery Whip.
Misery Whip.
Because of how easy it is to drink and how much you can get people who aren't in the craft beer scene to enjoy a craft beer.
Okay.
That's why I've been sold on that one from the time I sipped it because of that.
Listen, that's a great beer.
From a
Great
cellar
beer.
standpoint.
From a,
Good
sell-
job
from a
there,
seller
Nick.
standpoint, that is a beer that you can sell all day, every day, and they
Yep.
hit the market with that one.
I agree.
Way
I
to
think
make me sound selfish with my pick.
that's a listen. Logyard is right.
Logyard
now.
is right there. Like they're like selling to like anybody and everybody, and it is phenomenal.
So we have 2 Logyards that are in the running for beer of the night. That's impressive. Between 4 people, 2 people picked 2 different beers from Logyard, and we only have 3 at the table. That's good.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a-
very
that's-
good.
that's
It's a good
awesome.
night for them.
Yeah.
Now listen, I do like Misery Whip, but I did say that's a beer that's very, very good, but it's not over the edge for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Now there's 3 different beers at this table that kind of were close to that as well.
that popped for you.
That popped. First would be Space Race. You know, I mean, that was definitely very high on my list. Then the second would be the Gearhead. You know, different, not an IPA style from them. Definitely gets to show that New Trail can do something more than just hazy IPAs. But for me, the beer of the night, and I'm going to be the guy to break a tie here, is Creek Surfer by Rusty Rail.
Yeah.
That's beer of the
Fair
night
enough.
for me.
Fucking A, right.
That's beer of the night.
For me,
I
for
agree,
me,
I
if-
agree with Jason here on this
If
one.
I wasn't here as a Beer Shack representative and off of selling stuff, it would have been Creek Surfer. But to get people like enjoy the craft beer style,
Yeah.
I have to go with Misery Whip for like the beer that's
a great beer.
Totally like you can enjoy it and not be a craft beer or a double IPA or an IPA fan at all.
Mhm.
Log Trail's Misery Whip is.
Well, I'll tell you what.
a
I'll
home run.
go for the way the rules work for this show is you cannot
Single
vote for the
elimination.
you cannot vote for the same beer twice. So there could be a beer that was in the running for beer of the night and not even be considered for beer at all for first,
Yeah.
second, or third place. But I will be the guy. Listen. Second place for me, easy, is Misery Whip. That was a good easy beer. Very impressive for Logyard to step into a new territory, and I thought they did a great job. What do you think, Nick?
I'm going Chatty Monks with the Morning Monk.
The breakfast stout.
The breakfast stout. I'm a big coffee fan, and for me, that was a home run with the full coffee flavor, the aftertaste of chocolate, and it's one of those that I haven't had it before tonight, surprisingly.
Wow.
And it's one of those like
Surprisers.
I will be buying
And it
myself
does-
a 4-pack.
and it does have a
from
monk
Shak.
on it.
It does.
It does, yeah.
All right, Jason.
I mean, the Surly's would be my second, but the Chatty Monk is really good. So it's Surly's because I'm an IPA guy, but the Chatty Monk would be a third.
All right, so Space Race is in the running. Ben, you are either a 4-way tie or
Oh,
you
it's
are.
going to be a 4-way tie, all right.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
What is it?
yeah. What do you think?
I have
For
no
you,
idea.
it's
Yeah.
probably the other Logyard.
Yeah, I think it's that one.
Yeah, that
All right.
would definitely
Yeah.
be it.
So now we can only vote for the 4 that are on the table. For me, if I had to pick, it's Space Race. I can't vote for my own beer.
For me, I'm going the Shannon Le Bleu by Logyard.
All right,
The Chatty
Logyard.
Monks.
Chatty Monks.
Yeah.
So, in other words, I can't vote for the beer that I...
Nope.
Can't vote for the
Okay,
same
no,
beer.
no, just because we never had this before.
So right now, visually, we have a 4-way tie for second place between Logyard, Space Race, and Morning Monk. Ben has
I'm
a
gonna go with the Misery Whip because I'm not being a dick about it, but that was like the one.
Still, it was.
So that's
I will say
fine.
this,
We'll keep
off of-
going. I mean, if I had to go again, like without picking that,
I'm
I would
sorry,
go with the
but-
Misery Whip. That would be,
So
off
of
There's no way I'm voting for the stout though.
the first time that we've ever had Logyard in the region within the past month, Logyard has come into the School County area, and with this being the first time
What did
that
I vote
they're
initially?
on the podcast,
I voted Misery.
You voted.
Then I gave Space Race the notch.
Yes.
So I would have to go the Le Bleu because I can't. I'm sorry, Chatty, but I can't vote for the breakfast stout. I didn't like it that much.
So you broke the top. So you broke the.
No,
so,
there's still
or
2
we're
more people
going?
that. So he went
Did I
Logyard
vote?
Misery Whip. I went Logyard Shandy. It's
it's gonna be a tie no matter. It's gonna be a tie because I voted for 3 of them that are here.
I think we hit a loophole in this.
We did.
We're gonna
There's
hit,
a
we're giving
loophole.
It,
We
like,
broke this.
we're always gonna
Logyard,
go- we broke
Logyard
our-
has been too good to us tonight that
Yeah.
we can't It's been so well balanced with everything else that we've had.
But they all. But I mean,
Okay,
Alright.
let's do it like this.
Out of the 4 that are there,
Out of the 4 that are there, which one really stuck out to you? Like, and you could still, in this instance, kind of vote for your
Misery
beer.
Whip. For me, Misery Whip.
And I'm gonna go with the I'll go with the Shandy still.
all right. What would you go for?
I mean, if we're talking really standard,
You could vote-
I,
all right, so-
I would say Chatty Monks more.
All right. So we would have.
I'm more of an IPA drinker, but if I had to say what standed out more, I'd say the.
you could
Chatty
vote for.
Monks.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring these 4 beers back. You said Logyard, Misery Whip.
Yep.
I said Logyard.
Why
too
don't
with
you
the
just? Why doesn't
Shandy.
everyone just say what their top 3 is?
All right.
I mean, because
You said-
I know what my top 3.
You can
is,
vote.
know?
You can vote for another beer in this, even if it's yours. What would you vote?
Because you're gonna go. You're saying you're going with. The
I mean, my
Chatty Monks.
second vote would be the.
No, your top
Surly.
vote. Top vote out of these.
Oh, top vote.
Yep.
Well,
Of those 4 there.
it would be the Surly's. That's what I voted.
Surly's.
Second on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna go Logyard Misery Whip.
Okay, so there we go.
There you go. That's
There
our
we go.
second
We
place.
we killed our
It's very
loophole.
That's
fucking
only 2.
complicated.
Holy hell.
I don't know how we did it, but it worked.
Wow.
Holy fuck, man.
Hey,
That was-
I still picked the beer of the night, so fuck
Yeah.
it. You know. Whatever.
third place.
Oh, fuck you.
Third place, Jason.
It's the fucking Surly's. I mean, that
All
was
right,
my
Surly's.
second place.
Boom. Ben.
Yeah, I got to go with Surly's then, too.
I'm going Golden Thing.
Surly's is third place.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, we got fed up from our own fucking
I
voting
know.
system.
We're like, oh, this is
Right,
that's
There we
throw
go.
those cans
Oh, yeah,
in the
you're right,
garbage
you're right,
can.
yeah. Good call. All right, so first
There
place
you
of the
go.
night is Rusty Rail Brewing Company, Creek Surfer. Second place is Logyard with highly debated Misery Whip, and third place is Space Race.
It came way to a third four-way
We found
tie.
out. We found out that our system is flawed already.
Very much so,
Yeah,
yeah.
we thought we had a really good system down, and
But hey, that's all that really matters. We figured it out. We worked it out. We're good.
Logyard.
I still don't know what
Kick-ass beer, though.
Ben, what do you got to plug?
Okay, what do I got to plug? For next episode, we're saying about tired hands and what have you.
Well, we might do one tomorrow. Well, we are going to
now
do
we're
one
not
tomorrow.
stuff.
Even if
But
it's
tired
me and you.
hands next Friday. Tired hands
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
It records Friday, but it won't.
So
come out
it
till Sunday.
records next Friday, but Sunday will be that Sunday of that week. It will go. Lot of great beer from Tired Hands between Grassman, Hop Hands,
It's good stuff.
Double Vanilla Milkshake, which is their standard.
It's going to be some
Strawberry Milkshake,
high
which is
ratings on
pretty
that
good.
show from me, I guarantee.
Then there's even one they do our second quadruple, which clocks in at 13.5% alcohol
And
by
also,
volume.
Tired Hands ships to your house.
Yes, through
Wait,
Dudley
wait.
Direct, and that's where I
Wait,
got most of
really?
these. But
Yes.
Jason hooked me up with a friend of his, and he's like, "Yo, talk to Ben." And I'm like, "Oh, all right." Talk to the guy, gave him some Hudson Valley sours. I said, "Hey, just letting you know, here's what's going on." And he's like, "I don't care. I want to try them."
So some of these Tired Hands are coming from a trade.
Some of them are coming from a tray, and they're
All right.
going to include maybe even a stout or two in those.
Well, from Tired Hands.
Yep.
All right, so we'll give him some plugs too.
Yeah, that'd be
Definitely.
cool, yeah.
Yeah, Jason,
I mean, look, the new logo's banging.
good for you. I like that.
And I mean, we got the guy from Nightmare Brewing Company doing our new logo. It's fucking phenomenal. I mean, it's up on the page. You can order shirts.
I feel like
I
it
got-
fits us all so well.
I got like
It really does.
a pillow, a coffee cup coming, like a shirt for me, a shirt for my friend. You know, dude. As soon as we get hats, I'm buying some more.
Oh, yeah,
so,
it's coming.
you know.
That's coming
The
soon.
hats will be killer when we get
Yeah,
them.
but
It's
I'm
coming
glad I
soon.
could, get that in the mix. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm happy that all worked out.
It's a good new logo. And if you want to go check out the interview with Sam from Defame, definitely go check him out, man. That dude has done some killer art for some amazing
Definitely
companies.
did.
Good guy.
So we are very, very fortunate here at Bangin Beers Podcast to say that our new logo for the show, like when we go back to video, it's no longer going to be Bangin Beers with that little microphone. It's going to be the skull
Fucking
slamming a beer.
heavy death metal fucking tapestry.
We
It does say.
we need one of Andy's new songs to be the intro song for this. Now.
Listen, we're gonna do. Well, we rotate intro songs. So right now,
All right, that'll work.
Ultra
That'll work.
Violence gonna be there for a while. But I think what we're gonna do, man, it may not be my music of choice, but I think Bangin Beers is gonna stay more of the heavier tone.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
definitely.
Yeah, so
I'm cool with that.
It's just our thing.
Just to kind of let you guys know exactly what's going to be our next lineup for heavy music, it's going to be when Hands Resist finally comes out with their new album. It's going to be Andy's new band, Andy's band, Hands Resist. That band is
definitely.
super, super fucking talented. And wait till you hear this new shit. That's going to be our, our music.
phenomenal.
That's going to be our music for the podcast the next time around.
kind of piggyback, and I don't want
Go ahead.
to retry, but it's funny because I dropped some food off at my Gram's, and my Gram was talking to my aunt. She likes a lot of our stuff.
Good, thank you. I appreciate the support.
And
Does
she's
she
like-
listen?
Yeah, she does listen. Believe it or not, she goes,
You're
"I
a sweetheart."
She goes, "I really like your logo." And my Gram's like, "Oh, she told me to tell you, she really like the logo." I'm
Tell her to
like,
buy a shirt.
"Awesome."
The new logo.
I'll have to sit.
She would look
That's awesome.
amazing in a skull pounding a beer, doing devil fingers, baby.
My mom would be laughing her ass off with it because it's my mom's sister.
That guy,
so.
like the fucking logo is like the beer mug. He's just like,
Yeah.
it was like
All I
That's
told
awesome.
him,
Yeah.
Such
him is I said, I like the skulls. That's kind of your thing. You know what I mean? I don't want to deter you from your style. I said just somehow make it beer related.
I like how the beer is getting sloshed in his mouth violently.
Dude,
it's
it's
so
definitely.
awesome.
It is killer.
So when we came up with the name Bangin Beers, just to kind of give people a history lesson, Ben always says one of Ben-isms is, well, all right, let's bang it out and let's get it done. You know what I mean? So he always said bang it out, and my wife would be like, ugh.
Not only that, it's kind of like a wrestling reference.
Well, not yet, not yet. So
come on.
we said you always, even before wrestling, you're like, let's bang it out. And
Yeah, I know.
So then, like, let's make a. So me and Ben would sit here even before the podcast became a thing. We would sit and play video games and drink a whole bunch of beers and get fucked up and just hang out and talk and fucking get to know each other and really have that deep connection. And then it came down to, well, let's make this podcast. I start doing podcasts, and Ben's like, a beer podcast would be cool. So Ben is the the brainchild of this podcast for the most part. And I said, you know what? Well, if we're going to name it, it's got to be Ben's tagline, bang it out. So bangin' beer. Like, line up some beers and let's bang them out. You know what I mean? So
that's awesome. I never heard that story. That is pretty awesome. I love it.
And then obviously, because we're both wrestling fans, Stone Cold Steve Austin would banging the beers together and chug them. So that kind of.
And that's all I would always remember. Like, I can always imagine with us. We might even have maybe down
Do you
the
have
line.
any Coors Light that we could do that quick on Facebook Live or not?
I've done a beer smash and chug them I had long hair. I think I did it for like when Stone Cold came back to TV.
Oh my god!
But, yeah.
We'll eventually do it at one point in order to make a really gimmicky episode like July, August.
Listen,
maybe.
we are
That'd
still
be
working
awesome.
to get the
I'm
Stone
down
Cold
for it.
Broken Skull beer. We're trying to get the Broken Skull beer back on the show. But man, great lineup. Thank you so much to the Beer Shack for
this
donating.
is a really great
dude.
line. This is another good lineup where we're like, we had a 3-way.
We battled for
second place title.
Definitely.
Good
Yeah.
job. Like,
yeah.
I like that kind of shit.
And listen, man, you're in our group chat, so if we ever have that open spot,
Absolutely.
jump on it.
I absolutely
I know
will.
you're going back to school and stuff soon, and starting a job a little
Starting a new
further
job
away.
and going back to school again, and so who knows?
Yeah. So when you move a little further away from us. I know you're closer to some breweries.
Yeah, I'll be down in Harrisburg, working down there full time. Come
All right.
beginning of July. So
So if we're in the Harrisburg area, we're like, hey, we're doing an episode here. Join us.
absolutely,
We'll
absolutely, we'll do.
Awesome.
But thank you so much, back to back. Not a regular member, but you'll be hanging out with us here and there.
Yes, most definitely. I'll be here and there. Probably once a month.
You're
going to
be a casual guest.
Once a month. I'm thinking once a guest.
Yeah, we'll see how it works
fair
out.
enough. Yeah.
But huge thanks to the Beer Shack. Sorry, I thought you were the beer distributor next to the sex
Jen.
shop.
Thank you, Jen, again.
Yeah,
It
Jen,
was-
you're amazing. Reach out to me, Jen. Send me a message. We'll talk.
You thought it was Marcus Gut.
I thought you were the candle place. I'm sorry. I hear School Haven.
Wrong place.
I didn't think. See, when I think of I thought
Haven
that was more toward-
extends.
Yeah, I thought that was
Haven
more
extends.
Orgsburg or whatever. I don't know.
So that address there, like right in front of the stands, is still a Pottsville address.
really,
Yes.
Oh, wow.
that's crazy.
And then your Haven addresses start.
I use the
your
vet by
Haven
there.
address starts like right at the Haven
My
line.
go-to vet is Mountain Shadow. Right.
That's on 183.
Yeah, that's like the right there, right?
That's like another.
That's
Co-
like
that's-
if
that's another
that's
few
before
miles
that's
down
before
through.
the car dealer.
Fucking wow, man. I don't know where the fuck I
Yeah,
am.
Tony,
oh
Tony,
you're
God,
lost,
you're
dude.
driving it, man.
Tony, you're
I don't
lost.
drive it. I don't drive it. I barely
Tony,
drive
you're
it.
lost.
I am.
Tony, come on.
Mountain Shadow is at the corner of 895 and 180. 443 and 183.
Listen, I don't know your South of the Mountain
I
shit.
didn't even know there was a fucking
I just
corner.
started getting used to Pottsville, so give me. I'm slowly working my way. But once again, thank you guys so much.
You have anything to plug, Tony?
Dude, just check out the rest of the stuff on the network. Thank you for the support. Go buy the new shirt, man. We're trying to.
It's a stellar logo.
We had to tap into our podcast funds to
Get you a great logo.
to get the logo, and then once we kind of build that back up, we are still working to get that new laptop so we can go live. So this can be something on a Friday night you can watch live, and then if you can't watch live, you can listen to the replay again on Sunday. So live shows are something we want to do, but we can't do it with the laptop and the equipment we have. So if you want to support us, go buy T-shirts, go buy merch. If you don't want to buy merch, you don't want to wear a Skull pounding beer, I don't know why you wouldn't, but you can always give donations. I'm just putting it out there. When you order a shirt, we don't have the funds to go buy 1,000 T-shirts, get them made, hold the inventory, and then drive them to you. So the Teespring does take a cut, but they also give us a lot more selection of what we could put our logo on, as well as ship it to you at a pretty decent cost. So if you're a really big fan of the podcast and you want to make a serious donation, on the links below, there is a donation tab where you can do a donation, and there's no cut taken. That goes straight to the podcast, and that can help us, get closer to that laptop in a faster time frame. I get really uncomfortable asking for money, so that's the best you're going to get from me.
One thing I'll say is if you listen to this and you have a beer that we have not had here on the podcast yet.
Yeah, tell us.
If you have a beer that you absolutely are that is your go-to, you will drive 4 hours to get that beer.
Tell us about it.
Tell us about it. We'll go get it and we'll review it for you. And we'll review it and we'll give our honest opinions about it because like that's what this whole thing is about.
Yeah,
and
check us out on all major social platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook over at Bangin Beers Podcast. With that said, also go show support to our intro music this week. That's going to be Ultra Violent. You can check those guys out. I believe they're a Pine Grove band.
Pine Grovers.
Yeah,
Yep.
check them out. Here they are right here with our music, and we'll see you next week. This is Bangin Beers Podcast. Actually, we'll probably see you sometime this week. We're going to do an episode in the middle of the week.
We're gonna be doing some overtime.
Yeah, we're gonna get some of the fridge clean out on tomorrow. We're gonna record, which would be Saturday night. We'll release it like Wednesday or Thursday. We'll figure something out. But we'll see you next time. Next Sunday episode will be Tired Hands. So we'll see you then. This is Bangin Beers Podcast. Ultra Violent. We're out.